Welcome to Billy C. Rogers Stadium on the campus of Upperman High School, where we are set for this second round matchup in the Class 4A postseason. And it's a good one tonight as the Macon County Tigers take on the Upperman Bees. I'm Noah McCann, the call. Thrilled to be joined in the broadcast booth by my guy, Justin Matheny. Hallie Ledbetter on the sideline. The lovely Madison McKay producing things for us tonight as we are about 15 minutes away from kickoff, live now on YouTube and the NFHS Network. We hope to be live momentarily on Facebook. Facebook's not behaving, so we are going to go around them for now and be live on YouTube, and we'll share it to the Facebook page as well as we welcome in tonight's presenting sponsors. We so appreciate Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate, one of our longest running sponsors here, but also our sponsors from Lafayette. Jessica Nix with Mickey World Travel, Macon Bank and Trust Company, B.D. Polston and Son Builder Supply, and Citizens Bank of Lafayette. And Justin, huge fight field. This place packed to the brim. They're going to make plenty of money on a gate tonight. Hopefully everyone keeps their level head in the crowd, and it's because of the matchup that we got. Two of potentially the top 5 teams in the entire classification set to duke it out one more time, this time in a winner-go-home matchup.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a game that have played for the 4th time in the past 15 or 16 months. The last 3 have been absolutely fantastic games. Going back to week 3 of last year in Lafayette, it was a close one there. Upperman pulls it out at the end. And then week 3, they meet in the playoffs. Instant classic. Plays at the goal line going into halftime. Just a back-and-forth game. And the last 2 of these games, you hate to see either one of these teams lose. And then week 3 this year, it really looked like that Macon had turned the tide against the Bees. They jump out 21-6, and nothing was going right for Upperman. And kind of around here at the 25, 30-yard line, first half, it's 4th and 8. Coach Kane takes a timeout. I know we're sitting up here looking at each other like there's no way he's about to go for this thing, and they go for it, get it, and that completely flipped the momentum. Upperman just really imposed their will from that point on, and Macon got back on their heels. But all credit to Macon to come out there in the second half. They get in the wing tee stuff. They're very multiple on offense there. Get in the wing tee stuff and start driving the ball, go down. And here's the tough part about missing an extra point when you lose by 1 point. It's easy to point at the kicker and say, we lost because of him. There were 30 plays throughout that game. If it goes different for Macon, they win that game. It just happened. One of those plays was a mixed extra point. But even at that, they onside kick the ball, they get it, and they've got it with about 50 seconds and 2 timeouts around midfield, and the Upperman's just able to get them off the field. So the last 2 have just been absolute instant classics. 2 of the favorite games that I've got to call with you that we've been calling here the whole time we've been doing this. And you said it's a big fight, Phil. I know some people are out here at 3:30. I know some people are out here, started getting here at 5:30. There's not a seat open in the place. They've moved grandstands over from the baseball and the softball fields to accommodate the crowd. We're 5 and 6 people deep over here on the fence. It's going to be a really fun game to be a part of. In pregame after the national anthem, the Upperman crowd's got the milk jugs with the rocks in it, and I looked at you and Mattis and said, it's really freaking loud in this place.
Yeah, it really is loud in this place. There were people lined up. About 200 Macon County fans were here when I showed up at 4:40, lined up waiting to get in. The doors didn't open until 5:30. Let's take a look at the matchup. These 2 teams trying to punch their ticket to the quarterfinal round. For Upperman, they enter this game as the number 1 ranked team in the state, 11-0, undefeated. The Region 4-4A regular season champions. Their opponent, the Macon County Tigers, 9-2, 4-2 in the region. The 3 seed out of Region 4-4A. Sparta, the 2 seed, up right now on Loudon, 7-0 over on UCR2
Shocker.
On Facebook there. You said it, not me, but yes, shocker indeed. And when you look at this, Upperman leads the all-time series 12-5, and here's the number, 7,350. It's been 7,350 days, also known as 20 years, a month, and 15 days since Macon County defeated Upperman. They've won 9 straight in the series, including 6-0 with the current coaches. Macon County with a ton of confidence tonight, Justin, but they're trying to do something that none of their players have been alive to see, which is see a Tigers team knock off the Bees.
And you weren't alive for very long the last time it happened either. I'll go ahead and say that. But you said it. It's one of these things, and we talked about it earlier today. It's almost like I've said this, Tennessee was 0 for Saban while Saban was at Bama, and that stunk. That's a tough pill to swallow. But to be the man you got to beat the man. And whoever wins this game has a great chance to go on and at least play for and win a state championship, because this is the premier 4A region, 4A region in the state, in my opinion. I know it's in your opinion as well. But when you've got something like that over another team, just a 2-decade run of beating them, and they've not always been in the same region, so it's not like they've played every year for the past 20 years. But it's been a long time. Like you said, none of these kids were alive the last time it happened. But the one thing I do know Macon has is over the past 2 seasons, they're the one team who has taken this Upperman team to the brink. They've done it 2 or 3 times, and they wholeheartedly believe it in their core that they can do it again tonight and pull this one off. And this is something that I think us coaches fall guilty of sometimes, is you look at a game you lose and you say, man, if there were 5 or 6 plays, and sometimes it's not 5 or 6 plays, maybe it's 1 or 2 plays that go different, you think we win that game. Well, how does Macon flip that script? How do they make, if there's 6 or 7 toss-up plays in the game, how do they make 2 or 3 of those instead of not making any of them to come out on top tonight? We're going to find out. I know, special teams-wise, it's something that I think Coach Shoulders does as good as anybody around here. He's always got a game plan. They're always hunting a big play to steal a possession, something like that. So I would have my antennas up, special teams-wise, here for Macon and Upperman. They're just kind of the bully on the block right now. I think Coach Kane's 40-1 against this region since he's been here, and they kind of feel like that immovable force sometimes against this region, but Macon feels like they're going to square up pretty well with them tonight.
Score update or an update. Interception, White County. Returned inside the 10-yard line. Sparta on the doorstep of taking a 2-possession lead over Loudon in the first half there on UCR2. We are live on Facebook now, but on UCR5. I'm going to share it to the main page so you'll be able to find us on Facebook. We're also live on YouTube. Facebook's giving us all sorts of trouble. We're going to be streaming a lot more on YouTube moving forward, but we are live on Facebook, and I'll get it shared there because I know a lot of people were expecting to see us there on UCR on Facebook today, obviously. So I want to tell you about our first presenting sponsor, and it's, of course, Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate. As one of UCR's longest-running sponsors, Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate is proud to present tonight's game. Whether buying or selling, call Sonia at 931-979-7145 to see how she can make your real estate dreams a reality today. Superstars galore in this football game. The Borders twins. We'll talk a lot about them, but you got to start with the headliner, the Mr. Football semifinalist, Bronston Chaffin. What a junior season this young man has had this year under Adam Kane, giving him a passing game, something Coach Kane hasn't had here in Baxter on this season, completing 73% of his passes, 1,422 yards, 14 touchdowns, just 1 interception, and on the ground, 110 carries for 951 yards, 16 more scores. That is 30 total touchdowns for Bronston Chaffin. He has got a great right-hand man, though, in the form of Ethan Polk, 23 touchdowns on the season, 1,400 yards rushing. They have been the bugaboo the last 2 seasons. All these close games have been decided because Upperman's getting 8 yards a carry on the back of Polk and Chaffin. Coach Shoulders knows it. They got to find a way to slow down those 2 monsters tonight if Macon County wants to win this football game.
And it's one of those things that's just a lot easier said than done. They're going to line up. At the end of the day, you kind of hit on it that Coach Kane has something with Bronston Chaffin and some of these weapons on the outside that they've never had before, and the lights just went out here in Baxter. That's part of the show. But something they've never had before here in the passing game with Bronston. But at the end of the day, when you boil it down to it, and it's you-know-what cutting time, he's going to line up, and he's going to run power, counter, ISO, quarterback power, quarterback counter, quarterback ISO, run it with a running back too until the cows come home. He is going to lean on what they do. In games like this, you kind of revert back to who you are, and they're going to show up, and they're going to run this football tonight. Can make him play big boy ball in the box with them all night. They've done it better than anybody else, but they're just not finishing it off. Can they finish?
Superstars on the other side, I mentioned them, the Borders twins.
Yeah.
Gabe and Zach. Zach finally putting together a fully healthy season, and you
Good
see why he is so dangerous. He's another one of those Borders kids for Zach on the season. He's averaging 10 yards per carry. Gabe's averaging 11.8. They split carries pretty well. Zach with 126. Gabe with 79. Zach kind of the bell cow back in the backfield. Gabe on the edges at wide receiver. Zach has 1,300 yards. Gabe has 933. Gabe, 20 catches, 256 yards, 5 touchdowns. One thing about Gabe and Zach Borders, Upperman knows it. Everyone knows it. They get into space. You can kiss them goodbye. They're trying to pursue the football, them being the Bees tonight when 7-4 have it in white and blue.
You mentioned them, and to me, you never kick them the ball. I don't care if you're punting it out of bounds. If you're kicking it off, you just can't kick it out of bounds because they'll just keep taking the penalty. You got to do something to kick it away from them. But you mentioned them, too. You think about some of these other seniors they've got out here with Ty Young, Luke Gammon, the quarterback. I mean, they're going to play a couple different, not systems, but Zach and Gabe will both be in the backfield. One will be quarterback, one will be running back, and then Luke's going to be in there. So this whole group of seniors, right, it's hanging over the head. Can you be the ones to knock off Upperman where it matters? We're about to find out.
The playoff experience is interesting within this matchup. For Macon County under Coach Shoulders, they're 4-6 in the postseason, but half their trips to the second round in their school's history have come under Kyle Shoulders. They're 1-1 in that second round, including a win last year at Red Bank. This is not Red Bank here tonight. For Upperman, they're very accustomed to being here now. This is their 7th trip to the second round under Adam Kane. They're 3-3 in those trips. You look back through it, this has been the round that has given Upperman trouble in the past. Macon County hopes that continues tonight. But all-time Upperman, 13-6 under Coach Kane, 22-18 all-time. And the eye-catching stat that we always talk about, against region opponents, Upperman has never lost at home under Adam Kane, and they are 40-1 in the regular season and the postseason against region opponents in both 3A and in 4A. And how about the atmosphere tonight? This is as good as it will get anywhere, and Coach Shoulders, I think, put it best. What a treat for these kids that they get to come out and play in this environment. Speaking of Coach Shoulders, Howie Ledbetter caught up with him and Adam Kane just moments ago. We'll hear from them and then have kickoff here in Baxter. It's the game of the year. What could be better than this? Don't go anywhere.
I'm here with head coach Kyle Shoulders for Macon County. Coach, how crucial is it to establish the run game early on tonight?
Yeah, it's important, not just the run game, but in general, offensively, defensively, to get started fast is important. We were able to do that the last time we were here, but kind of had a little bit of a lull there in the middle of the game, and then at the end we finished fairly fast. But it's going to be important that we play 4 quarters.
What's the mentality as you try to do what many teams fail to do, which is beat Upperman at home in the playoffs?
Well, I think for us the message is the same that it's been since we lost here early in the year, and that's worry about ourselves and continue to get better and put our best effort forward, and at the end of the day we hope that's enough.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you, ma'am.
Coach Adam Kane with Upperman. Coach, you're facing a team tonight that's averaged 46 points per game in the last 5 games. What do you need to do on defense to slow down the run attack?
Yeah, I mean, they're really fast, especially the 2 twins. They've just gotten outside and outrun everybody. So, our biggest thing tonight is we talk about swarm. We got to get bodies out there to the perimeter. And try to get them on the ground. That's all we can do. They got a quality team, a really good scheme, and, we just got to show up and play, hopefully get a few stops.
What do you need to see out of your Mr. Football semifinalist, Bronson Chaffin?
Yeah, I mean, he's got a pretty good knack for understanding when the moment is and when to rise to the occasion, but I've told him the whole night's the moment tonight, so he's just going to have to do his thing from the get-go.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck to you.
Welcome back. Upperman has won the toss. They've elected to defer to the second half. So the Macon County Tigers will receive the opening kickoff, and we could have told you that was going to happen a week ago because Macon County was going to take the ball if they would have won the toss in this ball game tonight. The stakes are simple. The winner gets a date with the winner of White County or Loudoun. It's going to be White County at home next Friday night. The winner of this game will host next Friday night. The loser season ends tonight. This could be your de facto state championship game. There are many who think these are the 2 best 4A teams in the state. It's the Upperman Bees in the black jerseys, black pants, gold numbers and letters with the white helmets with the dog bones on the side against the Macon County Tigers. White jerseys, white pants, blue numbers and letters with red trim with the white helmets with the MC for Macon County on the side. I'm Noel McKay. He's Justin Matheny. Howie Ledbetter on the sideline. Madison McKay producing things. What a night for high school football in the Upper Cumberland. Temperatures will be in the 40s before we're done this evening. We sure are glad to have you along with us wherever you are across the world. Let's get it on one more time as Upperman will squib the opening kickoff, fielded by the Tigers and then being brought down. And you're going to see that all night long, not kicking it to Gabe and Zach Borders.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't kick it to them. There's 1,000 different things you can do tonight. Squibbing it, onside, blooping it, popping it, whatever. Picking someone out and kicking it as hard as you can at them. I'm not kicking it to either one of those dudes in the back.
And now you will see the explosive, and I mean explosive, Macon County offense. The stats this year, simply ridiculous. 40 points per game on the season. Last week's 34-point performance against Soddy Daisy was their lowest output of the season outside of the Sparta game. Luke Gammon takes the snap, going to give to Zach Borders, and Borders will be put down immediately. And this is what we expected. Upperman has shifted the defense tonight on the outside. They've gotten Carmine Phillips now playing in the slot as opposed to on the outside. Ethan Paulk and Theo Brown on the other. They want their fastest players just on the lines of the hashes tonight to try and limit the perimeter runs of Macon County.
Yeah, and that for Upperman, that's what you want to do. You want the Borders kids, we talked about how electric and dynamic they are, but they are small in size. So can they beat you between the tackles? They can, but it's a lot tougher sledding for them in there. Upperman's real big and physical up front, so make those two dudes run between the hashes inside the box and see if they can do it all night.
In the gun here, Gabe Borders going to be at quarterback. He'll take the snap, hands off to Zach. Nothing doing again, blown up immediately. Gain of maybe a yard. It's 3rd and 7, and you want to hear a loud crowd. Just get ready for this. Time ticking away. Hallie keeping the scoreboard down there on the sideline. She does a good job, but it may not be exact always. It's not synced up to the scoreboard here, so important to note that.
Give or take a few seconds.
Exactly right. And here comes the milk jugs. Macon has the cowbells. Upperman's got the milk jugs and a couple of cowbells. This is where the game's won and lost tonight, though. 3rd and 7. Gabe Borders stays at quarterback for Macon County. He's got Zach on his right. Gabe with the snap. Going to keep it himself up the middle. There he goes! Gabe Borders to the 45, and he's got the first down for Macon County on a gain of 12.
Yeah, and you said it, just keeping it up the middle. They had gone inside or a little outside zone, inside zone, and then Borders reading it there. The middle opened up for him. He was able to get north and south, something we've heard a lot. Macon likes to run sideline to sideline, then find a crease. That time was straight north and south for Borders. And for you Tennessee fans at the house, Elijah Fitz looks like Jermon McCoy over here on the sideline closest to you.
One receiver goes out each way here for Luke Gammon back at the quarterback position. Takes the snap, going to pitch it to the outside for Zach Borders, and Borders with a big hole. He's met by Gunnar Block, who makes the tackle on a gain of 8. And weirdly enough, that's something Upperman was looking for tonight. They want Borders down after 8 instead of 80, but Macon's moving it early.
Yeah, and it's one of those things, you just got to live to fight another down. If you can, I think Upperman, you don't ever want to give up scores on defense. In today's football, you're just going to. But if you can make them go 10, 12, 15 plays down the field, you can live with that. You can't live with the big explosives that break your back and get that other sideline and crowd really into it and the momentum on that side of the field.
One receiver each way, Flowers and Borders. Seniors everywhere for Macon County. It's the Alamo tonight for the Tigers. It's now or never. Gammon takes the snap, gives to Borders. He's hitting the backfield and dropped. Taken down, coming up is Jude Fitzpatrick, the young man who has stepped into the Mike linebacker spot left by the injured Walter Kane. He's been great there this year, just a sophomore, and now here's another 3rd and 4.
Well, and something interesting there, that's the first time they pulled somebody. They were running power here to the short side of the field, and Fitzpatrick, he keyed on it. He shot the gap, got right behind the puller, and got to Borders before he ever got going. The other plays that they had success on was a toss in some kind of zone blocking scheme, not a gap scheme. See if Macon keeps going back to gap or zone.
3rd and 4, snap taken. Hand off to Borders, nowhere to go. He's taken down, and they're going to go for it. gain of a yard, and it's going to be 4th down and 3. Neither team will punt on a 4th and 3 tonight, if I do dare say so myself.
Yeah, especially at this point in the field, you don't have a ton to gain. And this is going to be, like I said, can you drive it and can your defenses ever get a stop? Looks like Upperman has a great chance to get off the field here.
It is halftime on UCR 2, and Loudon trails White County 14-0. Sparta with the lead there.
Almost like those guys who picked it knew what they're talking about.
Don't ask the folks out there. Borders, Gabe back at quarterback. Here's a 4th and 3. Huge play early on. Borders takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself up the middle. He's got the first down. It will be brought down, but not before a gain of 6, and the offense stays on the field for the Tigers.
So 2 times on 4th down right there and the last 3rd down, they've put Gabe at quarterback, and he's kept the ball. So if you're Upperman, when you get into a gotta-have-it situation, you got to know Gabe Borders is holding it. We've got something on the
and I suspect it's going to be a sideline warning over there on the far sideline. Here's where you can watch the game tonight. We're live on UCR 5. Didn't expect to be, but we are live on UCR 5. Been shared to the main page. Also the main UCR Facebook page. We're also live on 106.1 The Eagle. We're live on the Hub Plus Roku app. We're live on the NFHS network. We're live on Spectrum Twin Lakes Channel 192 tonight. Did I miss anything? Is it a big game? Huge. Obviously, you can tell. Gabe's still at quarterback with Zach on his left. We'll go first name. He takes the snap, going to carry it around the left side and gets tripped up and taken down. Gain of 2. And you already see the difference, what we expected tonight for both teams. It's been so easy the majority of the season. It can lull you into a false sense of security. That's not this game tonight. Those games are 60 a week ago. They're 2 tonight, and we'll see the same on the other side.
Yeah, and you said both these teams, this is something about them playing 4 times over the past 15 months. They know each other better than they know anybody else, and this is what you want. This is going to be a prize fight all the way deep into the championship rounds.
2nd and 8. Luke Gammon back at quarterback. Has the snap. Gives to Zach Borders. Borders through the left side, and the cavalry arrives for Upperman. They've really bottled up the run game early on to the 31-yard line, but Macon County doing what they need to do. It'll be a 3rd down and 4 here, and they've already turned half the quarter away. If you couldn't tell, you're not going to touch the ball a lot tonight, which is why things like turnovers are going to matter a ton.
Huge. Can you steal one? Can you rip one out? Can you pick one off when Macon does decide to throw it? But all they need to do, and you're watching this here with Macon, they're just trying to stay on schedule ahead of the sticks. If they can pick up 3 or 4, they'll be content with that all night because they're probably going to go for it.
2 to the left for Borders, and it's actually going to be Gammon back at quarterback. And the snap goes right through his hands. It's still loose. Gammon has it, but it's a huge loss. And right as we talk about one play, it turns it from a 3rd and 4 to a 4th and 12 in no man's land. So you're going to go for it here. This is not where Macon County wants to be. Disaster early on, averted on no fumble as they fall on it. And actually, Coach Shoulders,
I think you have to
he's
punt
going to punt
this
it
one.
and try to pin Bronsden Chaffin and Ethan Polk deep.
Yeah, their offense is not set up to pick up a 4th and 12. If you can punt it and pin them, great. If it goes in the end zone, you're only picking up 19 yards net field position. You just don't want to give the ball to Upperman here at the 40-yard line and give them a short field. And that's really unfortunate. They were moving the ball, staying ahead of the schedule. It's 3rd and 4. Seemed like they had a good play dialed up, and you just put one on the ground. Got a stoppage of play here.
And it's going to be a penalty, and it's an intentional penalty, as they want to give Brody Fry more room to not touch back the football. So that'll back them up 5 more, make it 4th and 17. But, again, that's intentional as you're trying to punt this one and not have it go into the end zone.
Yeah, that's not something in the stat sheet that we'll look back and say that was a bad penalty.
Low snap, bounces to Fry, who gets it, gets a spinning kick away, and it's going to work out brilliantly as it rolls inside the 10 and will be down at the 5-yard line, where it will be 1st and 10 for the Upperman offense. Led by Bronsden Chaffin and Ethan Polk, but it's not just them. The reason this Upperman team's so dangerous, Justin, Branson Turnbow, Theo Brown, Carmine Phillips, and Elijah Fitz, not to mention the offensive line.
To me, going forward in the playoffs, if Upperman continues to win, is Branson Turnbow an X factor? He's battled an injury kind of all season, happened back in the preseason. Where does that come into? Is he back to fully healthy? because they were just getting layups with him last year, running by people on posts and takeoffs. They've hunted it up. It's not been the big splash plays that we're seeing, but do we see some of that tonight?
One receiver each way for Chaffin. He's going to keep it himself up the middle, and Bronston Chaffin gets turned away by a host of Tigers after a gain of a couple, and it'll bring up second down and about 8 here for the Bees. Make it 7 as they'll give him 3.
Yeah, that's just 2 tight ends in there, a fullback, a running back as your lead blocker, and quarterback ISO up the middle, just trying to give yourself a little breathing room. And I look for them to run Chaffin a ton tonight, run Paulk a ton tonight, and in the fourth quarters, it's kind of that Derrick Henry effect a little bit. You get tired of tackling those 2 dudes all night, and they just start falling forward for 5 and 6 yards when you need to get them down at 2 and 3.
One receiver out to the left is Branson Turnbow on 2nd and 7 for the Bees. They're backed up on their own 7-yard line. Chaffin with the shotgun snap gives to Ethan Paulk, who barrels up the middle and now pushing forward. A physical run for Paulk makes it 3rd and 1. Maybe. We'll just wait on the spot. It's close. And this is where Upperman wants to be all night long as they want to go methodical. This is very close. They check a couple of ways, and it is a first down. A Baxter Pharmacy first down for the Bees.
And that's something we hit on pregame. These guys, they run the ball, and you hit them. You might hit them at the 3 and 4 yard mark, but they're always falling forward, finding a way to keep those legs moving, especially Paulk. He's got such good lower body strength, always falling forward.
And Upperman is going into the Greenville formation, where they just put everybody in the box but one and tell you they're going to run it. Chaffin takes the snap. He's keeping it himself. Tries to bounce upfield. Now we'll just cut it up. And you see the 6'4", 230-pound Chaffin get an extra yard or 2 to bring up a 2nd down and 6.
And I think that's, again, I said it pregame. We talked about Bronson being able to open up this Upperman offense and throw the ball. But in a prize fight like this, when it's on the line, you're going to revert back to who you are. And like you said, they've got 10 dudes in the box, and they're telling Macon, we are pounding this rock for 4 quarters. Can you stop it?
Live, York versus Polk County. Again, Facebook's being all sorts of finicky tonight, out of our control, but they got it live on the Tennessee Talk page. I just shared it to the main page. We're there. Thank God we got a bunch of pages. Motion man across is Brown. Chaffin's going to throw, finds Turnbow and makes the catch, breaks a tackle, and now be brought down by Braylon Flowers. It's a Baxter Pharmacy first down as Chaffin finds Turnbow, and they have to throw it a little bit tonight to try and space out this Macon County defense, who has some ridiculous numbers. We mentioned the offensive stats, by the way, for Upperman. They're scoring 44 points a game. They've scored at least 29 in every game this season and have been held under 40 just twice. But for Macon County tonight, something's got to give, because they entered tonight's game on a 2-game shutout streak, and the starting defense has not allowed a point in 4.5 games.
Wow.
One receiver each way. Brown goes in motion. Chaffin takes a high snap, bobbles, but gets it to Paulk. Paulk bounces off of one tackler, and he's down to the 30. A gain of 3, 2nd and 7, and we are moving along. Already to 1:40 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, this is going to be a quick game just because of how much these teams are going to run the ball between the tackles. Not going to see a lot of incomplete passes, and not going to see a lot of guys running out of bounds. So this clock is going to run. I may get home in time enough to put Macy Ray to bed.
The end zone show is going to be earlier than you think, because Jacob's already at halftime in Loudon, and we're moving along quick here. 2 receivers set again for the Bees, 2nd down and 7. Brown comes in motion one more time. Snap taken. Chaffin himself around the left side. Now has to cut up. Great defense there for Macon County. Gain of a yard. Gang tackling there. And here we go the other way. We saw Macon convert a 3rd and 7. Upperman's trying to do it here on a 3rd and 6.
Yeah, and that was the first time in this game tonight for this Macon defense that you really saw them disrupt anything at the line of scrimmage or in the backfield and make Paulk or Chaffin have to make a move before they can get going. Again, some of that Derrick Henry effect. If you can get backs and quarterbacks having to pick up their feet and pitter-patter in the backfield, that's your best chance. Now it's 3rd and pass, you would think. What does Upperman have dialed up?
2 receivers to the left for Chaffin. Takes the snap. Flips it back to Phillips, looking for the reverse. Hitting the backfield, gets away. Now it's a foot race, but he's got 2 Borders twins looking at him. Feet in the ground for Phillips, and now everybody there for Macon County as they'll wrestle him down. Upperman tries a little trickery. Doesn't work. And the 2 teams with the 2 best offenses in the class will trade punts on their opening drives.
Yeah, I think it's a testament to just both of these defenses. That was last week that one might go for a touchdown here against Signal Mountain. I almost said Stone Mountain against Signal Mountain. But that was good, disciplined, at-home defense.
And that brings us to the end of the first quarter. Scoreless after one. Upperman going to punt it to open up the second. Coverage of tonight's game is presented by Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate and a host of others on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate is proud to present the Goff Ridge Resort at Center Hill Lake, featuring homes and large level building lots. Homes starting in the 290s and building lots starting at $42,900. The lots are soil tested and approved with utilities at the road and are ready for you to build your dream home. For more information, contact Realtor Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate at 931-979-7145.
Macon Bank & Trust is proud to sponsor tonight's game between the Macon County Tigers and the Upperman Bees.
Punting unit on here for the Bees to open up the second quarter, as this one is boomed away by Carmine Phillips. Hadn't had a lot of practice with it. Takes a backwards hop. We've got a flag coming in. It'll be touchdown about the 44. We're waiting on the flag. There wasn't much contact going on anywhere, so I'm not sure what happened on that one.
Flag came. That's our first. No, we had a sideline warning midway through the first quarter.
It's going to be hands to the face on somebody. I can see that. When booking your travel with Jessica Nix with Mickey World Travel, you're not just reserving a hotel and flights. You're getting a customized experience that saves you time, money, and stress. Give Jessica a call at 615-691-1271 to start planning a getaway to your next dream destination today. Everyone's backing up, so I think this is against the Tigers. It is. Blocking the back against Macon County. And that'll be 10 yards from the end of the kick. Back to the 35. First and 10 Tigers, as both teams have one drive in the first quarter. Macon threatens a little bit, but ultimately has to punt. Upperman gets one first down, and they have to punt it the other way as well. Or two first downs, rather.
Macon went an 11-play drive on their first drive with that fumble snap that really derailed them. Upperman goes 8 plays on their first drive with the reverse that didn't work on third down. So we've just had one possession each. No blood here in the first 12 minutes.
2 out to the right here for Luke Gammon and company. Takes the snap, pulls it himself. Gammon on the read option, breaks one tackle, and then will be brought down after a gain of 6. It's 2nd and 4. He's been doing a really good job, and he is reading that the entire way, seeing what the defender does.
He is, and what Macon had right there, they line up in a pro-Twins look, except they go unbalanced. So instead of that tight end being to the field away from the Twins, they put him to the boundary. So they're overloaded to that side, and that's the side that Gammon ran to. They just had Upperman outnumbered to that side. They didn't get shift over to match up for it.
2 receivers to the right again. 2nd and 4 as the Milk Jugs begin to ring. Snap taken. Pitching it out to Zach Borders. Borders cuts it up, dives forward. He's got the first down on a gain of 5. Macon County moves the chains. Macon Trust is proud to be the sponsor of tonight's game. We believe in investment of youth and are excited to be part of this great event, supporting our young athletes, our county, and our school system as your community bank of choice. We're proud to serve you with 8 convenient locations across 3 counties. We're the name you know and trust. 1st and 10 for Macon County from the 46-yard line as they try and break a scoreless tie early in the second.
And on that tall sweep play right there, you think that's something trying to get outside. Zach Borders did a great job. As soon as that ball got in his hands, he stuck his foot in the ground, got straight upfield, and increased it.
1 receiver each way. Borders takes the snap, going to keep it himself up the middle, and Gabe Borders pinballs through a physical run for Gabe. Another gain of 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4.
And what we're getting right here is a lot of read option concepts, whether it's a zone read, whether it's a power read, whatever we're doing. And both quarterbacks here for Macon, they're making the right reads, and they're being decisive. You can be wrong and be decisive and still make a good play. If you're wrong and indecisive, that's where you have those big losses. So they are being decisive when they're pulling it, and they're handing it early and giving the backs a chance to do something with it.
2nd and 4.5 here. Gammon back at quarterback. Gabe out at wide receiver. Zach Borders in the backfield with Gammon. Upperman shows blitz, they bring it, and it's going to not work. There goes Zach Borders, makes a tackle, 35-30, 20, 10, 5, and brought down at the 2 by Elijah Fitz. They ran right at the blitz, and Zach Borders creases one for the first time tonight.
Yeah, and all they did right there, they just run like an insert ISO there or some kind of zone scheme, and they insert that tight end, that kind of wing back that they're using, and they just created an extra gap on the inside. And like you said, the tight end on the insert, he picked up the blitzer, and there was no one to fill that gap. He had no one to spill it to, and Borders hit it running downhill fast.
The Tigers in this situation are assassin-like. First and goal inside the 5. So many weapons they can go to. First big play of the game goes the way of the road team. 3 minutes into the second quarter. Under center in the wing T now goes Gammon. Takes the snap, gives to Brennan Flowers in the power back. The sophomore barrels in. Touchdown, Macon County. After trading punts, it's the Tigers who get the game's first strike, and they go out in front 6-0.
Yeah, Belly G right here from the 4-yard line. Real simple. They lined up, foot-to-foot splits. They fired off the ball, and again, just turn around, hand it to that fullback, literally a yard and a half behind you. Got him moving forward. Easy touchdown for the Tigers right there.
A 5-play, 65-yard drive that used 2 minutes and 51 seconds. Eli Gammon's extra point is up, and it is good. 9 minutes to play in the first half. It's Macon County 7, Upperman 0. Bees looking for an answer when we come back. Coverage of tonight's game is presented in part by B.D. Polston and Son Builders Company on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
When it's time to build, B.D. Polston & Son Builder Supply should be your first destination. From roofing to brick, windows to doors, we've got you covered. We carry General Shell brick, yellow wood treated lumber, DeWalt tools, PPG paints, Quaker windows, Simpson decorative accents, Milwaukee hardware and tools, and so much more. We believe in quality products, reasonable prices, and uncompromising customer service. So come see us today. B.D. Polston & Son Builder Supply, located at 905 Red Bowling Springs Road in Lafayette.
Welcome back. 7-0 Macon County is our score. 9 minutes to go here in the second quarter. And familiar script, although a lot slower. Macon County leads in both matchups to start the game. They're hoping for a different finish tonight.
Well, last time it was a sleep Upperman team for the first 12 minutes. That didn't happen this time. Macon just struck first.
You knew these offenses weren't going to be held down for long. The question is Upperman's going to roar to life as Gammon pooches this one. It'll bounce and be fielded by the Bees. Carmine Phillips trying to stretch it. Had a big return in the first game. Spins off a tackler. He's still on his feet. Phillips fighting forward to the 35-yard line. It'll be first and 10 for Upperman. Working left to right on your radio dial if you're listening online. Or on the radio, rather. Or online.
Yeah, and we talked about Upperman not kicking it to the Borders. I wouldn't kick it to Carmine Phillips either. He is as dynamic of a play. And that's saying something tonight because there's some dudes out here with the ball in their hands. Carmine Phillips is a guy who makes you hold your breath when he's got the ball in his hands because that one almost spit too.
Two to the right, one to the left for Chaffin. First 3 receiver set we've seen as they try to space out the box a little bit. The band blaring. Chaffin takes the snap, rolls to his right, fires into the flat, incomplete. Looking for a sophomore tight end, Colton Johnson. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And, hey, for those people who are wanting to watch for people going forward, Colton Johnson's going to be a really good player here at Upperman. And on that play, they roll the pocket. They're running a flood concept. Johnson's in the flat. They run a 10-yard out behind him, and the outside receiver here runs a takeoff. So you got a 3-level read. He just tried to get it in the flat quickly, just short on that one right in the dirt. Lived to play a second down.
As one of UCR's longest-running sponsors, Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate is proud to present tonight's game. Whether buying or selling, call Sonia Brown at 931-979-7145 to see how she can make your real estate dreams a reality today. Snap taken. Chaffin going to keep it himself up the middle, hold a rumble through, spins off a tackle and sticks the ball out. Gain of 7 for Chaffin. It'll be 3rd and 3 for Upperman.
Yeah, and I chart the drives here, so I'm going to call that a power read. That was a quarterback that's quarterback power all the way. That motion man with Theo Brown coming across flat. That's just a little eye candy to try to get those backers to flow outside. Chaffin pulled that one really quick, decisive run. be careful, though, sticking that ball out like that. They were swiping at it. Just keep an eye on that one later.
The ads on the screen are the only reason we are here live with a big production crew. We appreciate them for making it possible for us to be here. If not, you could have paid to watch tonight's game on a bad camera. Motion man across, snap taken. Chaffin up the middle again, lowers the boom, and now there's a big pile up. He's going to be marked short, and I bet you $1 billion Upperman goes for it. It's 4th and a yard.
Yeah, you're in a spot in the field that you probably feel really good about. You feel good about your defense. They've played well in that first drive, got gashed on the one big run. And I'm with you. I'm taking that bet. I don't have $1 billion to bet, but I'd like to make it.
Yeah, I don't either. It's not going to be great odds on that billion either. About minus
Negative,
10,000.
yeah.
On that. You bet $1 billion to make $1.
This is a huge play in the game. If they can get a stop, go up 2 scores, uh-oh.
2 receivers to the left side for Chaffin. 4th and half a yard. There are all sorts of noisemakers blaring out. Chaffin with the snap. He's keeping it himself. Gets tattooed. And I think he's short.
Yes, sir.
The Tigers defense comes in and makes a tackle and a turnover on downs. It goes the other way.
I almost said it right before the play. Quarterback run the whole way right there. Got a couple guys shaking up on this one.
Chaffin, I think more frustrated than anything. A Tiger is slow to get up. That was a stiff collision in the middle of the field. And Macon County has the momentum right now, but a Tiger is down being tended to. We'll take a break while they look at him and come right back with the Tigers drive.
Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Upperman football on UCR. Located at 755 Buffalo Valley Road in Cookeville, Gentry's Power Equipment is your local steel dealer. With a huge selection of outdoor power equipment, including chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, mowers, pressure washers, and more. They are your local one-stop shop for high-quality equipment. Locally owned and operated, Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to support Upperman Athletics and UCR.
The injured Tiger was Ethan West. He popped back up to his feet and walked off under his own power. 7:13 to go in the first half. What a stop that was for the Tigers defense. They blow up a 4th and a yard, and they get the ball back in business. 1st and 10 on the Upperman 44.
You said it. That's a huge stop at this point in this game.
1 receiver each way for Luke Gammon, who's the quarterback now. Some early movement, potentially no flags, and nothing doing on the inside handoff to Zach Borders, and maybe a gain of a yard. Colton Johnson, Jude Fitzpatrick in there to blow it up.
Macon seeing something they like with this split flow with this tight end. On the big run, they inserted him inside. This time, they're running zone to the right. That tight end's lined up on the right. He's coming back all the way across to kick out that defensive end, and then the back has the ability to run the zone to the field or cut it back to the kick-out block. They're seeing something they like with this tight end movement.
2nd and 9 here for the Tigers. 2 to the left for Gammon. Now he'll motion Zach Borders there as well. Takes the snap, looking for the fake screen. Goes the other way, and the ball is out. It's loose, and Upperman has it. A bone-crushing hit for the Bees. The ball pops out. Upperman has the football, and it's going the other way. He found Kellen higher, and I think that's big 23. Colton Johnson, who lowers the boom, and Upperman takes it right back.
And that's one on a Saturday or Sunday they probably review and go back and look at. Did he catch it? Did he make a football move? I think he did. He had the ball turned upfield, and Johnson got his hat right on the football. He read it the whole way. Great play there. And now for Macon, the momentum's completely switched on you. Can you answer? You just got a big stop. What do you got?
Sudden change situation. Big arm quarterback. Your textbook says this is where you see a shot play downfield. We'll see if Upperman goes with a textbook or not.
Especially right here.
And Coach Kane's going to call timeout to talk about things as the play clock was running down. 6:25 to go in the first half. Citizens Bank is proud to sponsor tonight's game. Just like a winning team, Citizens Bank is there when you need them the most, providing financial solutions that fit your goals. Whether it's building a business, buying a home, or planning for the future, you can count on us to be there every step of the way. Experience the power of partnership with Citizens Bank. Good luck on tonight's game. Citizens Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Macon with all the momentum. Looked like they were going in potentially to get a 2-score lead. Huge hit by the sophomore, and there's a lot of sophomores running around that Upperman defense. Colton Johnson forces the fumble, and the Bees have it back with a 1st and 10 in the new game.
And this is one of those things we talked about pregame. If you're Colt Shoulders and you don't find a way to win this one and you go back, and like he's done the past 4 times, there's a handful of plays in each game, 3 to 5, that you're like, if we just make that play, we win that game. That's probably one of them that you got a big stop on 4th down. You're trying to go down and go up 2 scores, and at the same time take up a ton of time off the clock for them to be down at 2 scores at the half, and it doesn't work out.
The first time I've seen this formation all year for the Bees. They're
Smell a
going
rat.
trips out to the right.
And it's trips unbalanced.
And they are outnumbered. There's only 2 defensive backs there for the Tigers. They don't buy it at all. Snap taken, Chaffin, and that's why. She just gives it to Polk, and it gets blown up. 2nd and 10. If you're Coach Kane, you're probably going to call that play again and tell him to throw it to Carmine Phillips, who will run 60 yards. There's 2 people. That's math.
You said it. It's 3-on-2 over here. They line up that again, and you could see both borders over here trying to get somebody else out there. They never did. It worked out that time. Store that one away for the second half.
You're not seeing a lot of audibles at the line of scrimmage in high school.
That's
you
one.
You would in college. Nico Iamaliaba's audibling that play immediately
and
throwing it outside.
He's playing tomorrow.
Oh,
Good
absolutely.
luck, Georgia.
And now they flip the formation to the left side. 2nd down and 9 for Upperman.
They're lined up slightly better now just because it's in the boundary.
Snap taken. Play
and there
fake.
It goes.
He fires it to Phillips. Phillips reverses field, gets hit in the backfield. Matthew Wheely makes the tackle. Big loss. It'll be 3rd and long. See where they spot it. Looks like they give him forward progress to make it a 3rd and 11 here for Upperman.
And you're frustrated right there if you're Coach Kane because you had it to the field earlier and you had the numbers and you don't throw it. You flip it and go into the boundary where they don't have to run as far, and they still didn't get 3-on-3 out there. They had 3-on-2.5. A backer kind of walked out and apexed it. He really went out there, so they threw it anyway, but they were able to rally and get it.
3rd and 11 now, and they're going to go trips. They flip it the other way. This time a little bit more spaced out. Chaffin in the gun. Has the snap. Play fake. Being pressured. Fading away. Now he's going to run. Still eyes downfield for Chaffin. He's going to tuck it. Chaffin stutter steps out of bounds, and he makes it so they can go for it here. As he gets about 10, it'll be a 4th and 2. And again, Upperman's going to go for it here. But there's the Bronston-Chaffin effect in full force.
It is, and that's the hard part there if you're making. You've got to play back. You've got to cover the guys downfield. And then you've got that kid who's 6'4", 200 and whatever pounds, rolling out there picking up 9 yards. 220, 230, whatever he is. He's a big, pretty-looking kid.
4:43 to go. That's coach speak for a great athlete. Please save your emails. Trips out to the right here on a big 4th and 1. They already blew up the last one. Chaffin with the hard count. Nearly got him, and a timeout going to be called here by Coach Kane. The official wasn't paying attention. He was shaking his head no when the Bees were asking for offsides, and Coach Kane was calling for a timeout.
Yeah, you said save your emails. You can email them directly to UCR's HR department, and that is me. So those will get deleted.
We'll take a quick break and be back in 30 seconds.
Real Estate Collective is a team of experienced, licensed real estate agents serving the entire Upper Cumberland region. Whether you are looking to buy or sell, the RICO team is ready to serve you. With a focus on people over profits, you can rest assured the Real Estate Collective can help make your real estate dreams a reality. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their current listings at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back. Pivotal 4th down play upcoming here. Upperman 0 for 1 on 4th down so far. Another 4th and about 1.5 yards here. The last time they kept it with Chaffin and it got blown up. We'll see what they go to here. I bet they do the same thing.
Well, I think they may keep it with Chaffin, but we might get something a little more on the edges.
4th and 1 yard. Chaffin. See if he goes the hard count. Nope, he has it. Around the left side now he cuts up, and Bronston Chaffin's got the 1st down. Needed 1.5 yards. They got about 1.75 yards. It's a Baxter Pharmacy 1st down for the Bees.
That's what I said. They went QB ISO on the last one, got blown up. Just give your big quarterback running that quarterback stretch zone, give him a chance to get rolling side to side, pick a spot and get north and south and get it, and that's exactly what they did. They just got enough football's a game of inches. They just got enough to get it.
Make sure you thank our sponsors tonight if you could. They're the reason we're here tonight. It's very expensive to stream these games with a lot of people here tonight. We appreciate the sponsors for helping us to make it possible.
We're like the Avengers up in here tonight.
Jumbo set, 1st and 10. Chaffin with the snap. Gives to Polk, who's trying to get it rumbling. That's tough to do when there's that many white jerseys in your face. 2nd and 10.
So they're going a trips type formation. So we've got 3 bunched up over here on the side. And then that backside receiver, he's coming down and playing tight end. And they hit a counter option right there where you're pulling a guard or a tackle and you're pulling that H back around and Macon, again, doing a real good job keying the pullers and shooting those gaps. Now, sometimes when you've got defenses who are playing overly aggressive like that, you can hit the cut back off of those gaps. But right now, Upperman's trying to stick it front side, and Macon's doing a good job keying on those pullers.
This is the first time Upperman has been in the Macon territory tonight. 2 to the left now, it'll be 1 as Brown motions across, play fake, fires looking for Turnbow, and it's incomplete. Braylon Flowers with a great play. They hit it earlier that time, nothing doing. And it's 3rd and 10 with 3:14 to go in the half.
And it's something we hit on pregame again is this pass game for Upperman. And this is just the best team they've played this year, the team that knows them. Again, they've been going down to the wire. They just know what's coming. Like you said, they hit that one earlier. Corner was playing real soft. I will offer a word of warning there. Don't play too tight on Branson Turnbow because he can get behind you and be gone in a blink.
Upperman trying to align now. 3rd and 10 here from the 45-yard line. Turnbow a motion across. Chaffin with the snap. Going to give to Polk up the middle, who lowers the helmet. Stood up and pushed back. Gain of a yard. It's 4th and 9. And Coach Kane's going to punt it.
I think you have to.
Yep.
I think you have to. We're at 3:01 and counting to go in the first half. And you've seen what it's taken Macon to drive the ball. They've only hit one chunk play, one explosive. It was on the drive they scored on. The rest of it's been 3, 4, 6 yards. They don't have a lot of time to go that way.
Early in the season, we talk about how young Macon County was up front. It showed in that Week 3 game. You're seeing the more experienced Macon County front tonight. They've been very good in the interior so far against the power run. Gabe Borders back deep to receive the punt from Carmine Phillips. He has 1 return so far this year for a score. And Phillips, this is a tremendous kick. Sky high. Borders fields it on the 5. And now get your popcorn ready. Gabe Borders breaks a tackle. He's to the 25, and he'll be cut down. A touchdown saving tackle by Evan Randolph, a senior linebacker. Borders, though, gets him out of their own end. It'll be 1st and 10 Macon from the 31.
What a tackle right there, because if he did not get him down on the ground, there was a lot of green grass in front of Gabe Borders to go on that one.
2:17 to go. Macon County trying to get a 2-score lead heading into halftime. Upperman gets the ball to start the second half. 1 receiver over to the left. Both Borders in the backfield. That's terrifying if you're an opponent. Gammon takes the snap. Triple option. Pitches it back to Zach Borders, and Upperman defended it perfectly. Adam Kane loves it. Carmine Phillips with the tackle on the edge. Gain of a yard at 2nd and 9.
And you said it. How to defend option football. You defend dive, quarterback, pitch. Gabe's a dive player. They had a tackle crash down on it. In player played the quarterback, and then you had a safety run in the alley playing the pitchman. They had it all covered right there. You run those plays to see if someone is not going to be at home on their assignment and let it out. Upperman was up for the task.
Making a gain of 0. It's 2nd and 10 from the 27-yard line. Snap taken by Gabe Borders. He gives to Zach. Breaks 1 tackle and now gets forward. The Bees had him in the backfield, and Zach Borders gets away. 3rd down and a long 6. Under 1:20 to go. Coach Kane hanging on to his final timeout.
Yeah, I think if you're either one of these teams, you're happy to go in with the score the way it is. And something I'm going to talk about at halftime is the possessions and number of plays that have either been played or not been played, because it's not been a lot.
3rd down and 5 here for Macon. Gabe Borders at quarterback. He's thrown a couple of passes this year. Not this time. Going to keep it himself. Spins away. And now Borders looking for the edge. He bounces it outside. Borders with a stiff arm. Depends on the spot. And I think he got it. He was dead to rights in the backfield, but he's so elusive. And never mind, he didn't get it. It's 4th down and a yard. The clock stops as the play goes out of bounds, and this is a big decision from Kyle Shoulders.
You got to kick it. You got to.
I agree with it. You're going to hard count at least, you would imagine. 4th and half an inch, maybe. It is very close.
I know we're too far away to see if he got it or didn't.
Well, it's close enough now that I'm kind of surprised they didn't measure it.
And if they were going to measure it, they should have measured it on the sideline. I've learned that from our good officiating colleague here, Jeremy Tollison. And I'm sure he will text me if I'm wrong, even though he's in Vegas for his son's wedding. He's probably not even listening.
White County still leads over Loudon 14-0 on UCR 2 in the 3rd quarter. Meanwhile here, we'll see if they're going to snap it. Gammon will go under center.
No chance.
In their own end. He will take the snap. Quarterback keeper, and he got it. Got a yard. A very gutsy decision. Probably ensures Macon at least has some sort of a lead heading into halftime. Move the chains for the Tigers.
We'll take a timeout and let's go. If you're going to go for it right there, you got to go get points.
And they are not in any sort of a hurry here. So that may have been your maybe best defensive play is a 1-yard offensive play. 30 seconds and counting to go.
You've also got 2 nuclear bombs in your backfield that you can hand to and do whatever.
Gabe Borders comes out wide. Still no timeout. Gammon takes the snap. Play fake. He's looking to throw. Looking left. Has time. Now fires it short, and Braylon Flowers steps out, but Macon lost about 30 seconds. Down to 10 remaining.
Ton of time ran off of that clock on that last play before they got that one in. And if I may be mistaken, I think they've got all 3 of their timeouts, and they do. Again, I said it here kind of a minute ago, probably happy just getting to halftime with a 7-0 lead.
10 seconds, Macon County, see if they take a shot. The best Hail Mary, though, is a run to 7 or 4. Gammon going to send 1 receiver out each way. Has the snap. Going to keep it himself around the edge. Nothing doing there as he'll be dragged backwards and finished off. And that will do it to end exactly what we all thought, a defensive war in the first half. First time Upperman's been shut out in a half this season, but it's still a 1-score game for the second time in this meeting or in this series this season. Macon County goes into the break with a 7-point advantage. After 2, it's Macon County 7, Upperman 0. We'll have the Happy Hiller halftime show after a word from our sponsors, who we need to hear from in mass here. What a first half it was. Tigers lead 7-0. We'll be back in just a moment.
The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is proud to present this home at 211 Wilhite Street in Sparta. A new build with 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms on 1,200 square feet. This home is affordable without skimping on quality. Boasting granite countertops, stainless appliances, and 9-foot ceilings, this could be your new home. Call the Crouch team at 931-979-1191 for more information today.
I work with Warren County Nursery here in McMinnville, Tennessee.
I'm very passionate about the hay because that's how I take care of my cows.
So I farm here with my dad.
We raise primarily corn, soybeans, and wheat.
By having that in my background and knowing what the customer expects, I know how to cater to the customer.
We're here to provide solutions for our customers.
Going through some of those challenging experiences help you understand maybe the position they're coming from.
Tee Up is the Upper Cumberland's brand new indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. You want to know how you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teeupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Live Oak Insurance and Financial is home to your trusted local insurance professionals. Their experts are here to provide guidance and options to fit your home, life, health, and business insurance needs. And with the Medicare enrollment period coming soon, they're here to answer your questions. Call 931-367-5483 to set up an appointment today. Live Oak Insurance and Financial is proud to sponsor student athletes in the Upper Cumberland and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
What if opportunity was all in a day's work?
We find new ways to make vacation dreams a reality. And that inspires me to do my best work every single day.
What if you can make a real impact in people's lives with a team that cares?
What I do matters, not just for guests, but for my team. We rely on each other each and every day.
What if your work inspired fun and moved people?
We put the world on vacation. Our job is to make people happy. Inspiring travelers around the world to live their best lives never stops being fulfilling.
At Travel and Leisure, what if can be what is. Stop wondering. Join the travel movement and start a career where memories start with you.
Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and test drive the all-new Chevy Trax or Silverado today. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate is proud to present this deal of the week. 2139 Austin Bottom Road in Baxter features 3 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms with a large metal frame storage building on over 7.7 acres near Center Hill Lake. Call Sonia Brown at 931-979-7145 to view this beautiful property today. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
The Quality Family, a local company supporting and caring for our local communities. The Quality Family offers services to get you back to the game. From bracing to oxygen and everything in between, we can meet your medical equipment needs with Buckeye Home Medical Equipment. If you have an in-home need for strength and conditioning, for example after a surgery or injury, Quality Home Health is available to provide individualized care while you are on the mend. For those with end-of-life diseases, Quality Hospice is available to provide nurturing care during those difficult times. Choose the Quality Family of Services for care within your community. Visit thequalityfamily.com to navigate all we have.
Can I use your shower again? I can't find anyone to fix it over the weekend.
Yeah, but you should have just called my guy. Hey, Greg.
What's up, Luke?
Can you fix the shower today?
Absolutely.
Even on Sunday?
Of course. No one should go without water. That's why we're here for you. 24/7, 365.
You look ridiculous.
Call the Happy Face Truck today.
When you order delivery from Domino's, you can get more than just pizza for $6.99. You can get specialty chicken, savory pastas, oven-baked Parmesan bread bites, molten lava crunch cakes, and medium 2-topping pizzas as well. We didn't stop at pizza, and you don't have to either.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Iron Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Iron Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with the UCR team on Tuesday nights at 7, live for the UCR Coaches Show from the rooftop. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Sports and Outdoors in Jamestown is the Upper Cumberland's best sporting goods store. From cleats to camping supplies and everything in between, this family-owned store has it all. Hall Sports and Outdoors is proud to support our community, including student athletes throughout the Upper Cumberland. Stop in at 207 South Main Street or visit their website at hall42.com. Hall Sports and Outdoors is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future, it's what we do. Ready to make your travel dreams come true? Whether you're looking for an enchanting Disney destination, exploring the national parks, relaxing in the Caribbean at an all-inclusive resort, or embarking on an unforgettable European adventure, Jessica Nix with Mickey World Travel is your trusted travel partner for a magical getaway. When you book your vacation with Jessica Nix, you're not just reserving a hotel and flights. You're getting a customized experience that saves you time, money, and stress. Call Jessica at 615-691-1271 or email her at jessicanix@mickeyworldtravel.com to see how she can make your dream vacation a reality.
Welcome back. It's time for the Happy Hiller halftime show. At the break here in Baxter, it is a 7-0 lead for Macon County. Still a lot of football to be played. We'll talk about the first half with stats here coming up in just a moment. But first, let's take a look around the state at the Quality Family scoreboard and some very interesting scores. Bearden leads Dobbins-Bennett 26-7 in the third quarter. Greenville trailed 7-0 against Gibbs and then didn't look back. 34-10 the score now. Greenville out in front. Big one in Class 5A. Powell leads Sevier County 10-7 in the third quarter. Undefeated Sevier County down by 3.
It's a cool high school atmosphere.
It is.
Really
Halftime, Gatlinburg-Pittman leads Unicoi County 21-13. Alcoa 48-0 over Austin East in the fourth quarter. Anderson County routing Elizabethton 48-7 for the Mavericks. Bledsoe County rolling past Tellico Plains 21-0. Maryville leads Science Hill 35-7. Oliver Springs over Rockwood 27-7. West leads Knox Halls 35-0. York rolling Polk County 28-7. Over on UCR2, the White County Warriors taking care of business with a 14-0 lead over undefeated Loudon. Meigs County leads Giles County 17-14. Good one there in Class 3A for the right to lose to Alcoa. Oak Ridge over McMinn County 24-0. And here's the one that's interesting. Now this team did just score to make it tighter. But Mount Juliet leads Oakland 21-14 midway through the second quarter in Murfreesboro. South Pittsburgh leads Chattanooga Prep at half, and it's only 7-3. Westmoreland leads 6-0. Clay County over Whitwell 12-7 early in the second quarter. East Hamilton over Lenoir City 17-6. Marion County rolling East Robb 21-3 middle second quarter there. Marion County staking their claim as maybe the favorite in Class 2A. Sequatchie County leads Chattanooga Central 21-12. Sycamore over East Nashville 14-7. Early second quarter there. We'll see if that holds. Marshall County in a tougher one than you would think looking at the records against Station Camp, but they're taking care of business 21-7 early in the second quarter.
Could be a potential state championship matchup for one of these teams.
Yes, indeed. McEwen trails Richland 14-0. Shelbyville over Nolansville 14-0. Interesting game in the mid-state. Stewart's Creek leads Brentwood 3-0 early in the second quarter. Here's one. Chester County up over Pearl Cone 13-7 in the second quarter. Huntington leads Decatur County Riverside 14-0. McKenzie up over Eagleville, but it's only 7-0 late in the second quarter there. Milan and Jackson Central Mary tied up at 7. Page over Centennial 14-0. Ravenwood, who may be the favorite right now in Class 6A, leads Franklin 17-7. That's a Ravenwood team with wins over Alcoa and Oakland in the regular season.
Really good football team.
White House Heritage leads Liberty Creek 14-7. How about 5-6 Liberty Creek being in the second round of the playoffs?
Just getting the tournament.
Means they were 4-6 in the regular season, and they are competitive tonight. Beach and Southwind, huge one in Class 5A. Beach leads 15-7 in the second quarter there. Covington routing Bolivar Central 49-0. Henry County and Springfield in a good one. Henry County with a 14-13 lead. Union City leads Middle College 17-6. Westview over Dyersburg 14-8 out in West Tennessee. Collierville leads Germantown 14-0. Houston leads Bartlett 3-0 as it's announced that Nico Iamaliava is starting at quarterback tomorrow
and
for the
Dante
Tennessee
Thornton available.
Volunteers. In Athens, when they put a coffin and a dagger, put Georgia in a coffin by putting a dagger in the Bulldogs tomorrow night. Between the hedges, ooh. Mace leads South Bolton 16-9. Melrose over Haywood 20-14.
Haywood, big-time SEC prospects on that team, coming out of that 4A west side of the bracket, was looking at maybe them in a Marshall County matchup in the semis to get to Chattanooga.
Not worried about Division II. Congratulations on your money. First half stats from this game, very interesting when you look at it. Of course, 7-0 lead for Macon County. 5 first downs for Macon to 3 for Upperman. Macon County 21 carries for 108 yards. Upperman 14 carries for 38 yards. That tells you the story of the game. Upperman only attempted 4 passes. Bronson Chaffin 2 of 4 for 5 yards. Luke Gammon 2 of 2 for 3 yards. That also tells you the kind of game we've been on here tonight. Time of possession, 13 minutes, 16 seconds for Macon, 10 minutes, 44 seconds for Upperman. Macon 2 for 2 on 4th downs and 1 for 1 in the red zone. Upperman 1 for 2 on 4th downs and 0 opportunities in the red zone so far. They haven't sniffed the Twin Lakes Catfish Farm red zone, have the Bees tonight. Macon County doing a great job blowing up the run. We both thought the same thing. Upperman's in big trouble if they don't start throwing the football a little bit with their Mr. Football semifinalist.
I think they have to. I think you've seen here in the first half that Macon is game on the inside on running the ball. The linebackers are so honed in on the pullers, shooting the gaps, fast flowing, playing downhill, just getting after it. I think maybe you could, if you're the Upperman offense, you look at it and try to take advantage a little bit of that aggressiveness and hit a play action pass, a pop with the tight end, or a shot down the field where you're max proing it up and you're just throwing one out there to Branson or Theo Brown. Conversely, though, if you're Macon County there on defense, keep doing what you're doing. Make them make you back up. They've not given you a reason to do so yet. You know they can. You know they've got the ability. It's something a coach I used to coach with there at Tennessee Tech used to say, still got to throw it, still got to catch it. And a lifelong friend of mine and my dad's, Vertus Duff, would always say there's 2 or 3 things that can happen when you throw the ball and 2 of them are bad. So what Macon has done is they are playing this game to their style. They have dictated the pace and the style of game to Upperman, which is a little surprising to me tonight. Just seeing how Upperman's kind of played all year. They're usually the dictator. They've been dictated to in the first half so far.
And I'm going to put her on the spot and throw it down to Hallie Ledbetter here in a moment and put her right in the front of the camera. The atmosphere, both teams handling it better than they did in week 3, right. Probably a reflection of later on in the season. But, Hallie, you played in some big games, Livingston Academy, state championship games. This environment, unbelievable tonight.
Of course, I'm very biased towards Livingston's atmosphere because I'd like to say I brought in a lot of fans, but this is nothing like I've ever seen before. I hope Neyland or wherever they're going tomorrow, I hope it's like this because
I don't want Sanford to be like this.
Well,
no, thank you.
I hope that we show out tomorrow, I should say. I just think that the crowd tonight, the environment they've saved up, they knew this was going to happen. They knew that they were going to play again. They were anticipating seeing each other again. They've saved up to all their energy this year, and they showed out tonight, and it's incredible to see.
Hallie will be joined by the winning coach postgame, their American Farmhouse and Real Estate Collective postgame show. One final word here on this before we take a break and come back with the second half, Justin. First drive of this half, Upperman gets the football. We saw them in the first meeting be down 7 at the half. Different style of game, but down 7, only had 6 points at the break in that game, or 14 rather, at the break in that game. Huge return for Carmine Phillips, kind of flipped the tide. B's looking for a big play on this drive, or else Macon County maintains the momentum, and we'll try to ice it away.
100%. See if we can get Upperman to sustain a drive here, pick up some third downs, and just keep chewing the clock. And then for Macon County, if you get off the field and can put some points on the board, there's not a lot of possessions left in this game.
Score update. Thanks for coming out, Loudon. My DMs are going to be a lot quieter tonight. 20-0, Sparta with another touchdown. Extra point away from making it 21-0. And for the first time in school history, the Warriors are going to go to the third round of the playoffs. If Macon County wins this game tonight, That game would be at Warrior Stadium next Friday night. If Upperman wins, it would be here at Billy C. Rogers Stadium. Lots still to decide. This game very much up in the air. We'll have the third quarter when we come back. Once again, want to thank our sponsors, Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate, Jessica Nix with Mickey World Travel, Macon Trust Company, B.D. Polston & Son Builder Supply, and Citizens Bank of Lafayette for making it possible for us to be here tonight. We'll have the third quarter when we return. You're watching it on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate is proud to present the Goff Ridge Resort at Center Hill Lake, featuring homes and large level building lots. Homes starting in the 290s and building lots starting at $42,900. The lots are soil tested and approved with utilities at the road and are ready for you to build your dream home. For more information, contact Realtor Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate at 931-979-7145.
When it's time to build, B.D. Polston & Son Builder Supply should be your first destination. From roofing to brick, windows to doors, we've got you covered. We carry General Shell brick, yellow wood treated lumber, DeWalt tools, PVG paints, Quaker windows, Simpson decorative accents, Milwaukee hardware and tools, and so much more. We believe in quality products, reasonable prices, and uncompromising customer service. So come see us today. B.D. Polston & Son Builder Supply, located at 905 Red Bowling Springs Road in Lafayette.
Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Upperman football on UCR. Located at 755 Buffalo Valley Road in Cookeville, Gentry's Power Equipment is your local steel dealer. With a huge selection of outdoor power equipment, including chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, mowers, pressure washers, and more. They are your local one-stop shop for high-quality equipment. Locally owned and operated, Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to support Upperman Athletics and UCR. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is proud to present this home at 211 Wilhite Street in Sparta. A new build with 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms on 1,200 square feet, this home is affordable without skimping on quality. Boasting granite countertops, stainless appliances, and 9-foot ceilings, this could be your new home. Call the Crouch team at 931-979-1191 for more information today.
I work with Warren County Nursery here in Macon, Tennessee.
I'm very passionate about the hay because that's how I take care of my cows.
So I farm here with my dad. We raise primarily corn, soybeans, and wheat. By having that in my background and knowing what the customer expects, I know how to cater to the customer.
We're here to provide solutions for our customers.
Going through some of those challenging experiences help you understand maybe the position they're coming from.
Real Estate Collective Auction Group offers expertise in a variety of services, including real estate, personal property, equipment, and nonprofit benefit auctions. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their upcoming auctions at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective Auction Group is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Tee Up is the Upper Cumberland's brand new indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. You want to know how you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back. The teams have retaken the field, and we are getting set for the second half. It's the Macon County Tigers trying to do what no region opponent has done to Upperman under Adam Kane, which is beat the Bees in this stadium. They have trailed at halftime against Macon County this season. They came back to win. Very different looking football game. Possessions at a premium, which makes this first possession for the Bees very, very important.
You know, sometimes you'll hear commentators talk, especially in the NFL, about the middle 4, the last 2 minutes of the first quarter, or the middle 8, last 4 of the first half, first 4 of the second half, how important they are. high school, we play a little condensed game with 12-minute quarters. But this opening drive, whether it's 2 minutes, 4 minutes, whatever, is hugely important for Upperman just to try to get some kind of rhythm together on offense. They look kind of clunky, out of sorts. They've really not tried to open it up at all throwing the ball. And Macon's done a really good job keying on the pullers, getting downhill in the run game. Hats off to them with a really good game plan here in the first half.
Ethan Polk, 5 carries, 12 yards in the first half. They've done a tremendous job against the power run. We'll see if that can continue here if Upperman gets back to playing their brand of football. Always antennas up when Luke Gammon, or Eli Gammon rather, is out there kicking the football. An onside kick specialist. He can pooch it and have it bounce backwards. He can drill it off and up back. We saw him do that in the first meeting late in the game. Wouldn't be surprised if Macon tries to steal one, or if they just try to pin the Bees back deep.
I'm not kicking it to 6. I know that.
The very dangerous Carmine Phillips back deep. Elijah Fitz along with him. He's pretty dangerous as well back there. And they are going to kick it away from Phillips. And it's to Theo Brown who catches it at the 30. And Brown turns up to speed. You can kiss him goodbye. Stiff arms Borders, and Gabe Borders gets him down. They kicked it not to the 2 dangerous ones. They kicked it to the 6-foot kid who runs a 4.5 40, and Upperman is in great field position. Only Gabe Borders gets Theo Brown down there, 1st and 10 from the 36.
Yeah, when he caught that, and it was almost like a punt return, make the first guy miss, I said gone. Didn't realize Gabe was out there to get him on the ground. And we talk about it here, sustaining momentum. Upperman's just taking it. The first play out of the second half, they just taking it. Now you've got Macon back on their heels at the minus 36.
The band is blaring for Macon County. Takes a while to get the play in for the Bees. 1 receiver each way for Chaffin. Motion man is Brown. Snap taken. Play fake. Chaffin going to keep it himself up the middle. Breaks a tackle, and now Bronston Chaffin is just barreling forward on a gain of 8. It's 2nd down and 2. And that is the 2nd longest run of the night for Upperman, as they all of a sudden immediately have momentum. And that's kind of the thing with Upperman. We'll see what happens on this drive, but once they get it, it's very tough to get it back.
Once they get rolling, they're hard to stop. Like you just said, they start feeding off it. They start feeding off each other in the crowd, and then it snowballs on you before you know it. It's a couple-score game.
2nd down and 2 for the Bees. Motion man is Phillips. Snap taken. Chaffin's going to keep it around the left side. Puts a foot in the ground and will be slung forward. He's got a Baxter Pharmacy 1st down on a gain of 3. Eventually, they're going to toss it to Phillips or Brown on those sweeps.
Yeah, every time they've brought them across in that jet motion, out of that pro kind of gun look, it's just been eye candy. It's been window dressing, and he's just kind of giving a nonchalant fake. He's not even sticking it in the belly and reading it. He's just clearing him and then making his move. Like you said, there's going to be a chance for him to get it going down the edge at some point.
Polk on the right hip of Chaffin. Fitz and Turnbow are the receivers. Chaffin takes the snap, dropping back to pass, looking left, pumps a couple of times, now he's going to tuck it. No, instead he'll fire it to Fitz, who comes back, bobbles it, incomplete. It was a good pass by Chaffin, went off the chest of Fitz. He says that Fitz caught it. The official says no, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Well, if he caught it cleanly the first time, he's for sure in bounds, close to 1st down. But he bobbled it going out of bounds. I'm going to say they didn't have it. But that they drew up a shot right there, wanting to throw one to Turnbow, and tip of the cap to the Macon defense here, not biting on the cheese, not jumping up on that and staying back. It's because Bronson had to pull it down and start to ad-lib a little bit.
They hit that in the playoff game last year. The deep post to Turnbow to the 25-yard line. 2nd and 10. Chaffin with the snap. Play fake. Fires over the middle. Receivers wide open. Incomplete. And it went off the hands of Brown, then off the chest of Flowers. And it's 3rd and 10 now here for the Bees. Bronston Chaffin's had a couple of really nice throws in a row, and the receivers let him down a little bit.
And that's some of that action you're getting off some of this power run they're getting, and they're hitting that pop to the inside receiver there. Had him open. Don't know if it was a little too hot for him. Could have been a catch. Could have been a pick. Lived to play for 3rd down.
3rd and 10 in no man's land. They got 2 downs to try and get it. Macon stealing the momentum back. Snap taken for Chaffin. Fires the quick hitch to Carmine Phillips. Breaks a tackle and gets forward. Depends on the spot. I think he's got it. It's a Baxter Pharmacy 1st down into the Baxter Family Dentistry and Twin Lakes Catfish Farm red zone.
And for our offensive folks out here, that's just taking the easy access throw. They've got nobody over him. He's running and running a button hook, a curl, whatever you want to call it, and they've just got nobody over him anywhere quick, so he can just catch it, turn upfield, and get upfield quick.
RPO quick hitches on College Football 25. Two receivers to the left for Chaffin. Takes the snap. There goes the blockers pulling. He gives it to Polk, and Polk pinballs forward inside the 10. And that is the best run of the night so far for Ethan Polk. It's 2nd and 5 for the Bees as they are looking to tie the game.
And this is what you're going to get now, them leaning on you, them grinding it out. Macon's done a really good job between the tackles tonight with Polk, with Chaffin. They've really had a key on this run game. But them coming out here and opening up the pass game, throwing it 3 plays on this possession, has got them playing on their heels just a little bit.
That's what we talked about during the Hiller halftime show. 2 receivers to the left for Bronston Chaffin. Motions Phillips across, takes the snap, play fake, Chaffin up the middle, Bronston Chaffin. He gets hit and now will be pushed backwards. Nicely defended. Gets to the 6. 3rd down. We'll see where they end up spotting this. 3rd and about 4 now for the Bees.
Again, that's that eye candy window dressing with the jet motion guy. He's just nonchalantly putting the ball out there for a fake and hitting that quarterback power right behind it. There's nobody really honoring that jet motion guy at this point.
And Macon is just sending the hounds. When those blockers start pulling, they're trying to get right in where they're leaving that empty space. Everybody's in the box now besides 2 receivers. Chaffin with the snap, keeps it himself around the right side. Gets forward, Chaffin. He's going to be short. And now here's your 4th in the game potentially. 4th down and 2 here for the Bees, who now have gotten back in the box and gotten a little bit predictable. 4th and 2, Macon County trying to send their crowd into a frenzy.
And you're talking about the 2 receivers out there for Macon. They lined up Gabe Borders out there over 1, and then they apex the linebacker inside, and the rest of the 9 dudes were inside the box. Not a lot of run lanes. Some opportunity to throw it on the edge if you trust it.
4th down and 2. Inside the 5-yard line. Chaffin has the snap, trying to carry it around the left side. It's blown up, and it is no good. Turnover on downs. Upperman runs it 4 straight plays, and Macon County takes the football back.
Huge stand. That's a huge stand on 4th down there. They have one in the first half at midfield. This one keeps points off the board, gives their ball to the offense here with 7:45 to go in the 3rd.
What a stand for Macon County deep in their own end. A 4th and 2, and they forced it down for negative yards. We know these 2 teams know each other so well. Probably would wish you thrown it if you go back to the drawing board. And now Macon County going into the wing T, trying to start throwing some body blows. Snap taken, handoff on the around. Zach Borders dives forward, maybe a gain of 2. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Buck sweep there out of the wing T, just trying to get something going to the sideline with the ball in one of your best playmakers' hands between him and his brother, seeing if he can crease one, gave you a little bit of breathing room.
Seeing some of the comments on Facebook. There was a 0% chance you were kicking the field goal there if you were Upperman. And it would have been the wrong decision to kick the field goal there if you were Upperman in this game. 2nd down and 7. Back under center in the wing T goes Luke Gammon. Has the snap. Turns and hands to Zach Borders. Big hole, and there goes Zach Borders in a foot race. He's to the 20, the 30, caught by Fitz, but not before a gain of 30. There goes Macon County on the big strike.
Again, same play they ran the last play, just that buck bringing him around, and they were able to crease it. They've not shown a ton of this past month of them getting in the wing T. You know Upperman prepared for it, but they've kind of been more in the gun stuff.
And now they're going quick. Macon County trying to catch Upperman tired. Snap taken and handed the other way to Gabe Borders. Gabe Borders behind the blockers. Defended better that time. Gets forward near midfield. They'll spot him at the 46. And it'll be 2nd down and 6.
Same play 3 plays in a row. They ran it to Zach, 2 plays to the left, going to the left side of the field. Gabe coming back to the right. Not a lot of misdirection out of the wing T. They're just out executing Upperman right now. This Macon offense is clicking on all cylinders.
Midway through the third quarter, Macon County trying to take complete control. Handoff again the other way to Gabe Borders. Borders breaks one tackle, and he's got the first down. Gunner Block rides him down, but not before moving the chains to the Upperman 45.
And this is demoralizing for that Upperman defense. They've run the same play every play this drive, twice to the left, twice to the right. You don't have an answer for it right now.
Kyle Shoulders trying to dial up the right plays to get a 2-score lead in the second half. He'll send a receiver out wide and go back under center with Luke Gammon. Takes the snap, turns and hands the power run. This is Brennan Flowers. He gets near the 40, make it the 41. It's a gain of 4. 2nd and 6 now as we tick under 5.5 to go in the third quarter.
And you got the belly right there picking up 4. And out of that formation, like I said, same play 4 plays in a row. Got them on the edges 4 plays, so you soften it up there a little bit in the middle, hand the belly to Flowers, get his legs churning. They've really got this Bees defense on their heels. You've got to match the wings. That's how you play it on defense. If you match the wings, you got a chance.
Under center, Luke Gammon takes the snap, turns and hands off to Zach Borders. This time strung out, and he creases it. Zach Borders to the 30, and he's brought down by Fitz again to the 20. Pounding the football, Gabe and Zach Borders. Macon County going crazy with 4:50 to go in the third.
Absolutely right, and it's something we just talked about on the last drive with Upperman. When they get the momentum, you can feel it, and they start to wear on you. It's just flipped. Macon has all the momentum on their side, and they are pushing the pedal all the way down to the floor.
They got to the 15. Under center goes Gammon again. Takes the snap, fakes the pitch, now goes underneath, and Zach Borders will be stapled down. That's the play they ran a lot in the first meeting when they went into the wing tee. Could tell Upperman a little bit more ready for that one. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Yeah, and that's something that they've just been they've not shown that tonight. They've been running the traditional buck, trying to get them over pursuing for a cheap, easy one. Upperman defense stayed at home, played their keys, assignment football.
2nd and 8 here for Macon as they near the 10-yard line. Down to the 13 now. Still under center is Gammon. Snap, handoff, simple. Right to Zach Borders, and he will go to the end zone. Touchdown, Macon County! The Tigers have the 2-score lead, and it's a touchdown run for Zach Borders.
Hit that power, that buck, whatever we're calling it. They ran it 6 plays that drive. And it was a positive gainer every play. They hit some explosives on it. And you said he creased them. He had it going outside, and then the second he saw the daylight he wanted, north and south, right into the end zone.
8 plays, 95 yards in just 3 minutes and 58 seconds. Gammon on for the extra point. Snap, set, kick is good. And Upperman is in big, big trouble on their home field. Late in the third quarter, 3:47 to go. Macon County's lead is 14-0. Macon Bank and Trust is proud to be the sponsor of tonight's game. We believe in the investment of youth and are excited to be a part of this great event. Supporting our young athletes, our county, and our school system. As your community bank of choice, we're proud to serve you with 8 convenient locations across 3 counties. We're the name you know and trust. And when booking your travel with Jessica Nix with Mickey World Travel, you're not just reserving a hotel and flights. You're getting a customized experience that saves you time, money, and stress. Give her a call at 615-691-1271 to start planning a getaway to your next dream destination today.
You said they're in trouble. They may have 2 possessions left in this game, and this is one of them.
Yep.
They got to go get points. They got to go get a touchdown. A field goal in this game, like you just said, wouldn't have meant a lot. Kick it a minute ago is definitely not going to mean anything now. They got to go punch this one in the end zone.
Where does Gammon kick it this time? Turnbow, Brown, Fitz, Phillips, block. Where do you go?
Squib it.
He'll jog up. Onside kick here. It rolls back, and Colton Johnson falls on it. So there's your answer. And why not trust your defense? The shutout streak has held up here on the road against Upperman. If you can slow down this offense, you can slow down anybody. 1st and 10 Bs on the 41, and they need a strike in the worst way.
And it doesn't have to be a quick strike. They just got to go down and get points. If they run the rest of the time off in the third quarter and score with 9-10 minutes in the fourth, you're happy. You get a stop, you're getting the ball back to go down and tie or win the game. You'll take any points on this one.
It is a final. White County, 28. Loudon, nothing.
Zilch.
Night. White County, for the first time in school history, advances to the third round of the postseason. Trips out to the left here for Chaffin, and it is as loud as it can possibly be on the other side of this football stadium. Snap taken for Chaffin, dropping back, forced out of the pocket, looking downfield, sets, he's hit as he throws, and it's intercepted! Picked off! Braden Haas grabs it, and Macon County takes it back. Chaffin hit as he throws, and it's right place, right time for the Tigers, who now are looking for the kill shot here on the road.
That is Upperman hunting up a big play to start that drive. They've got it in great field position, and the initial shot play wasn't there. He rolls out. It starts to open up. He sees it. He just didn't have the time to get it to him. Hit his arm as he threw. That's a tough break for the Beast, but opportunistic for Macon County to go and put a nail in this one.
Should I make people mad? Uh-oh, Goose has a replay. Didn't catch it. They're not replaying it down there, though. Macon County up 14-0. Takes the snap. Handoff to Zach Borders around the left side, and Borders gets forward for a gain of 7. Macon County's fans going ballistic. 3:28 to go in this third quarter. They've got the lead and the ball in Upperman territory.
And now you're going to see a slow, methodical.
Yeah, no more tempo.
No tempo, no running out of bounds, no throwing the ball. And they don't have to stick in the wing tee. They can get in their other stuff as well. But you're going to see this thing snapped under 5 seconds every play.
Flowers comes out wide, and he can just stand there. He's going to go block somebody. Gammon under center. Takes the snap, turns and hands off. Zach Borders breaks one tackle and then gets taken down by Phillips and Johnson, but he's got another first down for Macon County, who's moving it at will here on the road. 2:52 and counting to go in the third quarter.
More impressive than Macon running the ball tonight on Upperman like they have. We've done a ton of Upperman games the past 3 or 4 years. I've not seen a defense play Upperman like this outside of an Elizabethton 2 or 3 years ago, you know. They have really stifled this Upperman offense.
I agree entirely. 1st and 10, under center goes Gammon. Snap taken, hand off to Borders. This time, Upperman's defense ready for it, and they take him down immediately. And we're going to have a sideline warning against Upperman. So each team has had one so far. And Citizens Bank is proud to sponsor tonight's game. Just like a winning team, Citizens Bank is there when you need them the most, providing financial solutions that fit your goals whether it's building a business, buying a home, or planning for the future. You can count on us to be there every step of the way. Experience the power of partnership with Citizens Bank. Citizens Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, and we've got a timeout on the field.
Timeout Upperman. And those are really valuable here this late. But I will say this drive is a really valuable drive. So if you can take a timeout and get those dudes settled down and lined up, adjusted up to what you're doing, you get a stop, it's worth it. Because if they score a touchdown, I don't know if you're going to get the ball back enough to make a difference in this game.
Celebrating their 80th anniversary in business. When it's time to build, B.D. Polston and Son Builders Supply should be your first destination. From roofing to brick, windows to doors, they've got you covered. Visit them at 905 Red Bowling Springs Road in Lafayette or visit online at bdpolstons.com. B.D. Polston and Son Builders Supply is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. It is 2nd and 9. Also, Upperman's defense, gassed. They've been out there a lot in this football game. They need to find a way to get off the field, and for Macon County, they score here. I want you to keep watching. But it's over.
I know there's one happy Macon County fan watching all the way from Dallas. New sergeant of the Cookeville Police Department, Chris Smith's texting me all night, fired up here. Played center for Macon County back in the days, a lot older than I am, and has a lot less hair. But this team right here, you said it, Colt's shoulders all week, seemed very confident in his game plan and his kids and the belief they had in that building. Maybe no one else believed in them. They didn't need it. They believed in it.
2nd and 9. They get lined up quickly here. Under center goes Gammon. Takes the snap. Going to pitch it to Gabe Borders looking for the edge. He's got plenty of blockers, and he'll dive forward. He's short, but it's a 3rd and very manageable. 3rd and a yard here for Macon.
Yeah, and you said it. He had a ton of blockers out there to the left, decisive, get north and south, and he made it a third and makeable, third and manageable at 3rd and 1. You're in 4-down territory. Maybe it's 3rd and 3. I don't know. We're a long way.
It's about 3rd and 2. Yeah, they ended up spotting it back on the 25, so it's 3rd and 2 here. But they got 2 downs to get it. You're not going to kick a field goal here. And the way they're moving it, they're probably about to get it right here, right now. Gammon goes under center. Has the snap, turns hands off, power game. Brennan Flowers rumbles off of tacklers and pinballs to the 15. Another first down for Macon County, who's trying to finish this one off late in the 3rd quarter.
And what they've done out of this, it's not really a traditional wing tee, but it's some under center wing concept, and they've been running that buck, and they're coming back with the belly. They went belly weak side, though. They've been going belly strong side, and that one just opened up right the Red Sea for Flowers.
Stick around post game. Then the American Farmhouse and Real Estate Collective post-game show. Hallie will be joined by the winning coach. We'll go through this game, have the stats, and have the Nelson Trophy and screen printing player of the game. Under center goes Gammon. Snap taken. That is traditional wing tee. Gives to Borders. Breaks a tackle, and Zach Borders gets inside the 10, inside the 5. He was hit in the backfield and just shedded the tackler. It's a first down, Tigers, 1st and goal.
And they are now leaning on a tired Upperman defense. It's the first time I think I can say this watching them play a game. There's a lot of hands on the hips. Dudes having to get some really deep breaths here. They're kind of gassed. You said it. They've been on the field a lot here in this ball game.
Macon County does have to snap it one more time here in this quarter. What a quarter it's been. What a game it's been for the road team. Under center is Gammon. Motions 2. Has the snap, turns hands off. Brendan Flowers, he will be taken down short, or it'll be 2nd and goal. And that will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Macon County trying to pull away here on the road against undefeated Upperman. After 3, it's 14-0. You're watching coverage of this game on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
When it's time to build, BD Paulston & Son Builder Supply should be your first destination. From roofing to brick, windows to doors, we've got you covered. We carry General Shell Brick, Yellowwood Treated Lumber, DeWalt Tools, PPG Paints, Quaker Windows, Simpson Decorative Accents, Milwaukee Hardware and Tools, and so much more. We believe in quality products, reasonable prices, and uncompromising customer service. So come see us today. BD Paulston & Son Builder Supply, located at 905 Red Bowling Springs Road in Lafayette.
The Real Estate Collective Land and Farm Team represents a dedicated group of individuals possessing a wealth of expertise in land and farm sales. They possess a range of resources at their disposal, all aimed at showcasing the innate qualities of each property. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their current listings at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective Land and Farm Team is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back. Macon County with a 14-0 lead, and they got a 2nd and goal from the 3. Story of the game, Macon County 244 rushing yards, Upperman 58. It's that simple. That's the game. Luke Gammon under center again. Quarterback sneak up the middle. I don't think he got there. Upperman ready for it. They turn him away. 3rd and goal, and Macon could bleed more clock.
Well, this is 3rd and 4th and goal in your season for if you're Upperman. If you get a stop, find a way to keep it out of the end zone, you got to go 99 to get points. But if they score here, that's about all she wrote.
3rd and goal. Motion man, receiver goes out wide from the 1. Quarterback sneak again. Gammon gets forward. Is he in? He is. Touchdown, Macon County. Luke Gammon on a 1-yard quarterback sneak. And the Tigers have a 20-0 lead in the 4th quarter.
What a drive.
What a drive.
What a drive. 9 plays, maybe 40-something yards. I didn't write it down. But off the pick, off the interception.
9 plays, 44 yards, 4 minutes, 23 seconds. Eli Gammon on for the extra point. Snap, set, kick. Good. 21-0. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Don't go anywhere.
Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Upperman football on UCR. Located at 755 Buffalo Valley Road in Cookeville, Gentry's Power Equipment is your local steel dealer. With a huge selection of outdoor power equipment, including chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, mowers, pressure washers, and more. They are your local one-stop shop for high-quality equipment. Locally owned and operated, Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to support Upperman Athletics and UCR.
Macon Bank & Trust is proud to sponsor tonight's game between the Macon County Tigers and the Upperman Bees.
Welcome back. Macon County with an absolute sensational performance so far, particularly on the defensive side of the ball. If you would have told me Macon had 21 early in the fourth, I would have said they may be in trouble. Not the way they play defense tonight. It's 21-0 early in the fourth.
They have played lights out, start to finish in this game so far.
Gammon jogs up, pooch kick, fielded by the Bees. This is Branson Turnbow, and it's covered greatly. Down at the 40, 1st and 10 Upperman. And now their only chance is some quick scores and a lot of luck to go their way.
Yeah, and they've just got to score. They kind of pressed the issue a little bit on the first play of the last drive, looking for the shot. It wasn't there. Forced one up. Got hit while he was throwing it, caused the interception, and then Macon bleeds it out. You just got to go down and get points. That's the most important thing. They've already burned the timeout, so we've got 11-10 to go in the third. 2 timeouts here for Upperman, and they got to go with some urgency.
1st and 10. Trips out to the right, one to the left. Chaffin in the gun. Has the snap. Rolls to his right. Steps up in the pocket. Fires deep. Coming back is Phillips, and it's broken up. Just sticking the hand up was Ty Young. Right place, right time for him, and it's 2nd and 10, and Upperman's going to have to become an air raid offense right now.
They don't have a choice, and they've just looked off all night passing the ball, and really just offensively all night. They've not been able to run the ball. They've really limited Paul. They've been able to tag Chaffin a couple times. They've not given anybody a chance to make a play with the ball in space.
Macon County, their defense, been sensational tonight. They have lived up to what they've done the last 5 games. This was their stiffest test, and they have passed with flying colors so far. Trips to the right again. One to the left. Chaffin rolls out again. Steps up. Being pressured from behind, and now he's just going to tuck it. Chaffin lowers the shoulder and finishes to midfield. That's a competitive play for Bronston Chaffin. He gets back up to his feet. It is enough for a Baxter Pharmacy first down for the Bees.
And they've not hit any traditional pass. It's just been roll out. I don't know if they don't think they can block him. He's been kind of running for his life a little bit, looking for somebody to get open, somebody to make a play. Again, you're tipping your hat constantly to this Macon defense. They're staying at home, not letting anything behind them, and they're getting bodies around Chaffin.
Obviously, Upperman would have to score anyway, but they only have 2 timeouts remaining, and now time ticking away. We're going to be under 10 minutes after this next play. Trips to the left, one to the right. Chaffin has the snap, drops back. We've got whistles. Is that a delay of game? Wow. It's a delay of game, down 21-0 in the fourth quarter. Took too long to get set up, and that will egg on the visitors even more on the other side of the stadium. Or to be 1st and 15.
And I'll tell you, complete hats off to make the entire town of Lafayette. They're here. They're loud. Their band's rocking. I know much to the chagrin of the Upperman folks right now. They've played Rocky Top a few times. Sounded great. Hope we hear it a lot tomorrow.
Amen. Same set. Trips out to the left, one to the right for Chaffin. Has the snap. Dropping back. Here comes pressure.
They brought
Runs
5.
away, and he drops it. The ball's on the ground. Polk has it, but it's another loss of 5. It's 2nd and 20. And Upperman completely out of sorts, forced by this Macon County defense.
Well, I'll tell you, if you're, again, we refer to Tennessee a lot. That looked a lot like Clint Sterner in the 98 Arkansas game where he trips and falls and used the ball to kind of balance himself but lost it. Luckily, Polk was there to pick it up, but they're in a really tough spot right now where they got to score quick, and Macon's just not good. They brought 5. They kind of had a zone pressure look right there, brought 2 of their inside linebackers, dropped it in. I think it confused Chaffin a little bit when the ball was snapped.
Trips to the left, one to the right. Again, 2nd and 20. Chaffin takes the snap, fires the hitter to Brown. Brown, stiff arm, and now will be drugged down out of bounds, so it stops the clock with 9:18 to go. Got the negative yards back, so it's 3rd and 10. As one of UCR's longest-running sponsors, Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate is proud to present tonight's game. Whether buying or selling, call Sonia Brown at 931-979-7145 to see how she can make your real estate dreams a reality today. 3rd and 10 for Upperman. Backs against the wall. 9:18 to play. Down 21-0. And now they'll send 2 receivers out each way for Bronston Chaffin. Macon County shows blitz. They now back off. Chaffin fires into the flat. Phillips makes the catch. Stiff arm, and Carmine Phillips, dragging defenders forward, will be dumped out of bounds. And it's a 4th and 2. Only chance for Upperman here is if they convert this one.
4th in the ball game, and then they really got to start going. They got to start putting some of these in the end zone. But
4th and 2.
Quick pass there to Phillips. Got it. He's one of your most dynamic players in space. That should have been about a 3 or 4 yard catch. Got it down to 4th and 2. Gives you a really fighting chance here.
Upperman 1 for 3 so far tonight on 4th downs. Macon's been so good in these situations. Remember the first drive of this half, how different the game is if Upperman gets in there. Chaffin with the snap, keeping it around left side. For the first time, he has room to run. He's tripped up, but he's got the first down. A Baxter Pharmacy first down, 8.5 to go, and Macon's chilling. They're saying, go ahead, take your time, work down the field slowly, and we'll leave here with a victory.
100%. That all they don't want to do is give up the explosive. They want to keep them in bounds, keep the ball in front of them. If it takes them 12 plays to score, that plays right into Macon's hands.
And Upperman's not going particularly fast now. Trips to the right here for the Bees. Chaffin gets him set up. Shotgun snap. Here comes pressure. Hits the screen to Polk, and Polk with room to run now. He's pushed out of bounds. That'll stop the clock. You don't see a lot of screens for this Upperman team to the running back, but Polk makes the reception, and as I check my stats here, that's what I thought. That's just the 2nd catch of the year for Ethan Polk. It's a Baxter Pharmacy first down.
And you can tell the Upperman offense is just searching for something easy, something quick, something just to get them some positive momentum because they've just not had it all night on offense. The Macon defense has had a great plan.
The time stopped as the play went out of bounds with 8:03 to go. Chaffin takes the snap, rolls to his right, fires again. Fitz with plenty of room to the 25, to the 20. Stutter steps. Zach Borders with the tackle. Ty Young arrives as well. It's another Baxter Pharmacy first down for the Bees, who are moving it now.
And go ahead.
Macon Bank and Trust is proud to be the sponsor of tonight's game. We believe in investment of youth and are excited to be part of this great event, supporting our young athletes, our county, and our school system. As your community bank of choice, we're proud to serve you with 8 convenient locations across 3 counties. We are the name you know and trust.
Easy to say it now, but the quick passes are there because Macon's playing so soft.
Chaffin rolls to the right. There's another quick pass. This time it's Phillips. Phillips breaks one tackle and then breaks another, and now will be finished off by a host of Tigers. And one of the Bees lost his helmet, so he'll be forced to off the field here. And that is Zach Maynard, one of their better offensive linemen. 2nd and 5 here. 7:24 to go in a 21-0 game. Upperman going tempo now. They don't have a choice. And they're going to rely on an onside kick if they find a way to score. Chaffin takes the snap, dropping back. Starts to tuck it. Now he's going to fire. Receiver fell down. There was actually a little gap in the end zone, but the Bee fell over, and I think he's cramping. And a good show of sportsmanship. Braylon Flowers goes over and stretches out his leg. You love to see that. These two teams, big rivals. They don't like each other very much. But cool of Braylon Flowers to go and help out the receiver. I believe it's Carmine Phillips down in the end zone there. It is, and he's helped back to his feet.
And if you've never had one of those, it hurts. Happens to me a lot in the middle of the night.
Brutal. You too?
Wake up my poor wife screaming. Is what it is, but Upperman just searching. They are searching. They've been searching all night. And again, it is the complete tip of the hat to this entire Macon game plan. It has been.
No doubt. You know, when you're as confident as Macon was, you're either Well, we talked about this earlier. You're either arrogant or you're right. Tonight, Macon's been right. Snap taken for Chaffin, rolls to his right, fires, receivers wide open, and Theo Brown gets to the end zone. Touchdown, Upperman. They weren't getting shut out tonight. The Bees were the spark of life. They need a lot more, however. Bronston Chaffin to Theo Brown, and it's a 2-score game.
Now your questions are, obviously you kicked the extra point.
Onside kick.
But are you onside kicking here?
You are, because there's no point not onside kicking. You're trying to steal the possession.
You know
back,
you're not kicking it deep.
And you're not kicking it deep, so you might as well onside kick. Roberts on for the extra point. Gunner block to hold it. It's an E.J. Barnes touchdown for the Bees. Snap, set, kick is good. 7:03 to go. 21-7. Macon County's offense been very good in the second half. They'll see if they can put together a 7-minute drive to ice it. Upperman looking to try and recover an onside kick. We'll find out when we come back. Don't go anywhere.
Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate is proud to present the Goff Ridge Resort at Center Hill Lake, featuring homes and large level building lots. Homes starting in the 290s and building lots starting at $42,900. The lots are soil tested and approved with utilities at the road and are ready for you to build your dream home. For more information, contact Realtor Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate at 931-979-7145.
Macon Bank & Trust is proud to sponsor tonight's game between the Macon County Tigers and the Upperman Bees.
Welcome back. Onside kick time for the Bees, potentially here with 7:03 to go in a 21-7 game. Upperman with 2 timeouts remaining. Hands team out for Macon with Gabe and Zach Borders on either side. Austin Roberts jogs up. He will onside kick it. Pretty good one. And a stiff shot, but great hands there for Ty Young. And now Macon will try and control the rock. Upperman in desperate need of a 3-and-out. Few first downs, and the Tigers will get to party tonight.
Yeah, and I think right here, if you're Upperman and you get a good stop on first down, you just go ahead and take the timeout.
So I know a lot of people listen to us at games. I want to go ahead and get ahead of something. If you're a Macon County fan here tonight and you win this game, celebrate on that side of the stadium. Don't come here. Nothing good's going to happen. You're not going to get a victory lap, and everybody's going to jail. So party it up. Enjoy yourselves. It's going to be a huge win, biggest win in the program's history. Just please, and Upperman fans, don't go over there. Stay over here. Don't do that. Under center goes Gammon. Hands off to Gabe Borders. Borders gets to the edge, and now it's a foot race. Borders puts a foot in the ground. Look out! He's to the 30, spinning down inside the 25. Gabe Borders gets loose again down to the 24.
And that's it. I mean, that line up in that kind of offset wing tee set, hit that power to the strong side of the field, and the big play. They've been gashing this Upperman defense. They're going to go for over 300 tonight. I don't know that Upperman's going to break 75 yards rushing. This game's been won on the front on both sides of the ball for Macon.
Gabe Borders and Zach Borders have combined for over 225 yards rushing tonight. 1st and 10 from the 24. Nearing 6.5 to play. Gammon under center. Snap. Turns and hands. Zach Borders gets hit and taken down after a gain of a couple. You also have the element of Upperman going to be ripping at the football. Remember this, although I'm not sure they're going to need it. They have a really good kicker in the form of Eli Gammon, and a field goal would be enough to ice it away at this point for the Tigers.
Yeah, any points right here, you get a 3-score game. There's not 3 possessions for either team left.
Citizens Bank is proud to sponsor tonight's game. Just like a winning team, Citizens Bank is there when you need them the most, providing financial solutions that fit your goals. Whether it's building a business, buying a home, or planning for the future, you can count on us to be there every step of the way. Remember, FDIC equal housing lender. Turn and hand off. Brennan Flowers breaks a couple of tackles. And how about the young sophomore? Going to be the bell cow next year without question. Makes it 3rd and very short. It'll be 3rd and 2 here for the Tigers.
And I've been really impressed with Flowers. Every time they've handed him the ball tonight, they're just running simple belly with him. and he's making a move in the backfield, but really keeping his legs going, falling forward.
Macon County has won the tackling battle tonight. They have
Sure
tackled a lot better than Upperman has this evening. And with these two teams full of playmakers, that is a huge difference in the game. Time ticking away. 3rd and 3, I should say, with 5 minutes to go. Gammon under center. Has the snap, turns and hands off. Zach Borders will be taken down. This is close. Pretty generous spot. It looks like they gave him the 15, so I think this is maybe enough for the first down. It is not. It is 4th down and a yard, and now it's decision time if you're Kyle Shoulders. They've snuck it a lot with Gammon. You have Eli Gammon who can kick it, but they're going to go for it here. Worst case, you get the ball back, and Upperman has 85 yards to go.
At minimum, you sit here, you hard count them down to 1 second on the play clock, take your timeout, figure out what you want to do.
Adam Kane is livid. Upperman confused on defense. Gammon's going to run it right over the left side for an easy first down. There he goes. He's got it. First down. There was a huge gap in the defense. Easy pickings there for the Tigers, and they're on the doorstep of a gigantic party in Lafayette tonight.
They're on one, and be honest, this has been a dominant performance for those kids.
I don't want to see them.
Sideline.
You don't want to see them on the schedule coming up.
Absolutely not.
What a game! And they're going to
this rematch in Sparta
if
next
this
week.
holds, oh my goodness! Sparta beat Macon last time in Sparta,
and they dominated them.
Oh, they did. 34-18 off the top of my head. Gammon's running the play clock all the way down. Now he has the snap. Gives to Gabe Borders. Borders stutter steps, and he's gone. Touchdown, Macon County. The Tigers looking to break a 7,350-day streak. They're going to beat Upperman tonight and do it on the road.
And here's the thing. They're hitting that outside power play right there, and Borders does a really good job of selling it to the sideline, and then he creases it. He gets north and south, and he gets the Upperman backers and the defenders over pursuing and cuts it back against the grain on them.
The kick is up, and the kick is good. To your point, Justin, nothing fluky, nothing shady. Dominance tonight out of the Macon County Tigers here on the road.
Every phase of the game, and coaching-wise, Coach Shoulders has out-coached Coach Kane tonight. I've not seen a lot of adjustments on this Upperman sideline until late when they needed to pass the ball and they got the ball out quick. But the game has been won up front with both sides of the ball here for Macon County. They've dominated the line of scrimmage on both sides of this field.
What I want to say is we're about to give a lot of credit to Macon County, and we should. I want a party for Macon County in the comment section. And if you start trying to run down people in the comment section, I'm going to block you, and you're not going to be able to watch your team next week. Remember, these are high school kids. Keep that in mind. It's already starting in the comments, so just remember that.
Just be classy.
Absolutely. But
be adults.
Hey, celebrate big time if you're Macon County. This is a dominant performance. And the other way, if you're an Upperman
lose
fan,
with grace.
Lose with grace. Win with poise, lose with grace. Absolutely. Gammon going to kick it here. Little pooch kick. Going to block, fields it, and we'll just go down at the 39. 3:39 to go in a 28-7 ball game. And you can hear it, I'm sure faintly here, even on our microphones, 80 yards away. The air horns, just the adulation, the yelling. This has been the boogeyman for Macon County. It's been the boogeyman
for the region,
for everybody.
Yep.
And they still are. Make no mistake about it. This is a premier program, but Macon County tonight is the premier team. And they have come on the road and sent a message to the state. This has been the consensus #1 team in the state, wire to wire. Chaffin takes the shotgun snap, rolls to his right, fires over to Fitz, and he turns into a shot by Ty Young. 2nd and 9. And a good show of sportsmanship there again, as one of the Tigers went to try and help him up, but Fitz is slow to get up. Hopefully just got the wind knocked out of him.
For sure.
That was a stiff shot.
He didn't see that one coming.
We mentioned this was the Alamo for Macon County. Borders, senior season. Gammon, senior season. Braylon Flowers, senior season. That's not all. You go down the list here. Ty Young, senior season. They've got some juniors and sophomores, but for their main horses
that have all started,
had to be the year for Macon County. It was a little bumpy in the middle of the regular season, and this sets up for what should be an unbelievable football game next week in Sparta.
And all those seniors you named off, they've all been starters on this team since they were freshmen.
Trips to the left, one to the right. Chaffin takes the shotgun snap, rolls to his right, steps up in the pocket, stutter steps and dances a little bit. Now fires on the run, receivers open, and Carmine Phillips makes the catch down to the 35 and out of bounds with 3:12 to go. Upperman will not be dead after this game. They return a lot up front. They return Megatron. Bromston Chaffin at quarterback. They return Carmine Phillips. They return Elijah Fitz. They will lose some key pieces. Branson Turnbow, Theo Brown. They will also get a Walter Kane back next year. So
Colton Johnson will be back.
And I think you're probably going to see a return of a theme next year after what happens on this field post-game that we had a lot last year. Trips to the right, and Macon County deserves the right to celebrate tonight with this performance. Snap taken. Chaffin rolls. Looks back. Being pressured. Jump pass. Carmine Phillips. Oh, my goodness. What a catch by Carmine Phillips. Out of bounds. Stops the clock with 3:03. A gain of 9. Pitch and catch. Making it look easy on a very difficult play. Chaffin to Phillips. And this is something where Upperman probably needed to get in the passing game way earlier tonight.
Maybe in the first half, because the run game was never there. And they just went to it when they got down 3 scores. It's just going to be too little too late.
Trips to the left, one to the right. I am losing my voice. What a game. Chaffin takes the snap, drops back, fires into the flat. Receiver makes the catch. It's Fitz. Dances around one defender and will be brought down at the 16. It's a first down again. A Baxter Pharmacy first down. A Baxter Family Dentistry red zone for Upperman. 2:57 to go. They got to get lined up quickly. They still have 2 timeouts left, but they're down 3 scores.
And the quick passing to me is where it's really been. Again, Macon's giving it to them at this point, but get the ball out quick to those dudes and let them do something with it.
2 to the right, 2 to the left. Chaffin takes the snap, drops back, looks left, steps up and is going to tuck it and run. Caught from behind and a great tackle made. Young man, we haven't had a chance to say his name a lot tonight. But he's a great tackler. Hunter Griggs grabs Chaffin after a gain of 4. It's 2nd and 6. Upperman gets lined up quickly again here.
You said it. Macon's tackled phenomenally tonight.
Snap taken. Chaffin drops back, looks left, fires. Receiver makes the catch, and Turnbow gets pushed out of bounds. It'll be 3rd and 2. Clock stops with 2:11 to go.
And you kind of feel that Chris Berman on the highlights on Sunday night, the tick, 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 tick. The clock is Upperman's worst enemy at this point.
At this point, Upperman's only chance is a miracle. 3 touchdowns, 2 onside kicks. A miracle. Major league miracle. Macon County's on the doorstep. Trips to the right, 1 to the left. Snap taken. Chaffin rolls out. Fires. Phillips makes the catch, and he will get out of bounds to stop the clock with 2:03 to go. It's a Baxter Pharmacy first down. 1st and goal, Upperman at the 4. And the offensive stats are going to end up looking better for Upperman tonight, but Macon County is smartly keeping everything in front of them and making the Bees take long drives.
Yeah, this was just a dominating performance by this defense tonight.
Trips to the right, 1 to the left. Chaffin takes the snap, going to give to Polk, and Ethan Polk gets to the end zone. Touchdown, Upperman. 2 minutes to play. Back to a 15-point game. Ethan Polk punches it in, and the Bees are going to go for 2.
It's interesting.
And there are some analytic points to you should go for 2 early, because you have your chance to go for 2 twice if you end up scoring twice. Typically that comes up when you score to go down 1 score. Upperman not there. 2 minutes to go. That's an E.J. Barnes touchdown for the Bees. 28-13 the score.
Now you said it. They got to get an onside kick.
8-play, 60-yard drive. Only took 1:39 seconds off the clock. They don't have much time. 2-point conversion attempt here. Chaffin has the snap. Rolls to his left. RPO, and Bronston Chaffin gets in. 2-point conversion is good, and it's 28-15. And now there's no entry. Onside kick coming here for Upperman. Celebrating their 80th anniversary in business. When it's time to build, BD Polston and Son Builders Supply should be your first destination. From roofing to brick, windows to doors, they've got you covered. Visit them at 905 Red Bowling Springs Road in Lafayette or online at bdpolstons.com. BD Polston and Son Builders Supply is proud to support this broadcast. Back in 15 seconds. Don't go anywhere.
Macon Bank & Trust is proud to sponsor tonight's game between the Macon County Tigers and the Upperman Bees.
Welcome back. Onside kick time again here for the Bees. It was a pretty good onside kick last time by Austin Roberts, but Ty Young was able to grab it. Now, with 2 minutes to go, mathematically they could get the ball back, but it would be with like 20 seconds left, down 14. They got to recover it if Upperman wants a chance. If not, Macon County going to tune up the band for a party. Roberts jogs up, kicks it straight up the middle. It's loose still, and Upperman, we have a whistle. One of the Bees is offsides, I believe, and that's why everyone stopped. I couldn't hear it with the band and all the milk jugs. So they will re-kick it. It was a pretty good kick by Roberts again, but that'll back him up, and that is an instant dead ball if he's offsides.
Correct. And I wasn't watching it, couldn't see it.
Yep, me too.
Just watching the ball.
Yep. And the majority of the people yelling.
We're doing the same
Didn't
thing.
see it either.
Yeah, exactly right.
This has not been a ref game tonight.
No.
This has been
very few flags. It's been phenomenal.
No, the officials have stayed out of the way. It's exactly what you want. And the teams have done a good job of not doing the chippy stuff.
Yep. Old Petey told me we've had 4 flags all tonight, and there was one of them.
Petey doing a great job with the stats. We appreciate it. I'm not sure. I think maybe a clock question for the little delay here. Now Roberts, what will he do? He's kicked it right. He's kicked it up the middle. He's got to go up the middle, and this one is touched.
Oh, no.
And Gabe Borders fell on it. Very dangerous. Macon could have just stood there. Gabe Borders, right place, right time, falls on it.
That's why coaches lose their hair.
Wow.
Just get away.
So Macon can't take knees with 2 timeouts, but they can run the clock down to about 40 seconds or so, plus the plays, so about 30 seconds.
Yeah, and you'd be talking about, like you said, a miracle, a Herculean effort at this point to pull this one out. And a first down in this ballgame.
Under center goes Gammon. Takes the snap, turns and hands off to Gabe Borders, and here it goes. He cuts upfield. Borders weaving, and he's down, and he slid down to make sure he didn't go out. It's a gain of 6. Coach Kane will hang on to his timeouts. 1:45 and counting to go in this ball game.
You said it, he slid down not to even get close to the boundary.
Such a smart player.
Left some yards on the field, but it kept the clock running, and that's the most important thing at this juncture.
You're going to want to watch the Friday Night End Zone show tonight. I promise you that. Jacob and myself going to talk about this game, that he was at. I got some stuff to say about that game. Whitwell, Clay County, York, Polk County. 2nd down and 4. Gammon running that play clock all the way down. First down ends it. Hands off. Zach Borders. Ball game. 2 kneel downs, and Macon County is going to do it. Come on the road and vanquish their enemy on the gridiron. Coach Kane will call the timeout, but mathematically it's kneel downs and a celebration for the visitors.
And this is probably a timeout here that you're just taking. Like you said, mathematically the ball game's over. You're telling your guys, like you were a minute ago, to finish this game of class, keep your heads up, got a lot to be proud of.
And Coach Schulter's doing the same. You don't want to do anything to get yourself in trouble before a huge game next week. And this will be the balance we'll talk about in the American Farmhouse and Real Estate Collective post-game show. for all the talk about Upperman surrounding Macon County and could they get past Upperman, the point of getting past Upperman was so they could try to get to Chattanooga. And there is a very dangerous and under-the-radar, super hot White County Warriors team. And for as good as this Macon County defense has been, and they've been every bit as good, that White County defense just pitched a shutout to an undefeated team on the road tonight. And it's a White County team that already has a win. You're going to celebrate this big time tonight, and then you got to get ready for another collision with another Mr. Football semifinalist next week.
And it's how healthy of a trip are you getting?
He looked pretty good tonight.
He looked good tonight, so be ready.
1st and 10, under center is going to go Gammon. And the official's going to come right in to make sure nothing happens. All clean there. One more kneel down for Macon County, and Coach Kane's going to make him earn it. He calls his last timeout. Hallie will be joined by Kyle Shoulders coming up after they break the post-game huddle if she can ever track him down.
It may be a crazy scene on this field.
We will also have the Nelson Trophy and screen printing player of the game. Yeah, Madison's going to keep rolling. I really hope they shake hands. Macon County has a big celebration. Upperman just walks off the field, and we're all good. I really hope that's what we're about to see here on this field.
I'll be
that's what
disappointed
this game deserves.
if it's anything other than that.
Me as well. That's what this game deserves.
And this is that proverbial monkey coming off that Macon County sidelines back. And honestly, I don't want to give it for the whole region, but at times Upperman has looked beatable this year, and they were tonight.
We'll take 2 more kneel downs for Macon. There's one from Luke Gammon. He has to do it one more time. The Macon County students are ready to come onto the field. Please be smart, guys. Please be smart.
And here's my thing with rushing the field in the college and here. You can't run up to another team after a highly juiced charge game.
Luke Gammon, one more kneel down. There it is. A 7,350-day streak is over. The Macon County Tigers come on the road tonight and knock off the top-ranked team in this state. Your final score, Macon County 28, Upperman 15. The Tigers advance on to the quarterfinal round of the postseason.
And for all the talk of the chaos, we're getting what we anticipated, just 2 good teams who have the utmost respect for each other. You can tell on how they talk about each other after the games, on how they talk about each other leading up to the games. The coaching staff and the players, they look across at that sideline, and nothing but a tip of the cap to both of them.
Talking to Kyle Shoulders after the first game, he told me something. He said, I'd rather win the second one. Macon County comes on the road. It was a very different game from the first one. But now, before the season started, the word was Macon County felt like this was the best team they'd ever had. Welcome to the show, boys. It's the best team you've ever had. The question is, how far can this Tigers team go as we welcome into the Real Estate Collective and American Farmhouse postgame show?
And you said it, the best team they've ever had. And that I thought after that first game, they emptied the kitchen sink. They're up 21-6, and they just didn't have enough. And I didn't know if they could dig deep enough to get there, where they had them down to rights, dead to rights. But like you said, Coach Shoulders said it was more important to win the second one, and they did it. Like you said, they hit some bumpy spots. They lose a game to Sparta that maybe no one expected them to lose. I know none of us picked it, and especially in the fashion that went. But what a game, what a well-coached game, what a well-played game from those dudes from Lafayette tonight.
And here come the Tigers students. It's a rivalry that really got its origins in the middle 2010s in girls basketball between the Lady Bees and the Tigerettes, going all the way to the state championship game in overtime. It kind of hit a lull. Really, the most heated portion of it was on the softball diamond. But in the last 2 years, with these Borders twins hitting their junior and senior season, and with Bronston Chaffin and company coming in here in Baxter, it's hit a fever pitch. Last year, Upperman ends Macon County season. This year, it's the Tigers getting even. And here's your stat line from the game that matters. Ready? Macon County, 49 carries, 317 yards. Upperman, 25 carries for 74 yards. You do that, you win the football game, and that's exactly what Macon County did tonight.
They did. They dominated up front on both sides. Their kids ran hard. Polk and Chaffin never had daylight. I think the longest run for Chaffin might have been 10, 11 yards. Longest run for Polk tonight was maybe 8 yards. They could never get anything going. And, again, great game plan from that Macon County defense. Anytime Upperman pulled, and they are a power counter team. That is who they are. When they pulled, they shot the gaps. They didn't sit there and try to spill things. They were playing aggressive downhill defense all night tonight.
And don't forget, Hallie will be joined by Coach Shoulders here coming up. If you haven't already, please hit that like button on the stream. Follow Upperman Reporter 5, where we ended up streaming this game tonight on Facebook, on
Thanks,
YouTube.
Facebook.
We were well over 2,500 devices at the end across our different platforms. Again, want to thank our sponsors, our headline sponsors, of course, Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate, and then Lafayette. My goodness, you showed up big time. I hope you show up again for us next week.
See you next week.
We're going to need
sure.
you again. But thank you so much to Jessica Nix with Mickey World Travel, Macon Bank and Trust Company, B.D. Polston and Son Builder Supply, and Citizens Bank of Lafayette, alongside all of our sponsors. And we're going to talk a lot about Macon County. So, of course, the last Upperman stream of the year, we'll see them on Tuesday. They welcome in Clay County. I will be here. But all of our Upperman sponsors on the football, they expected to get a few more games this year. We'll talk about why they didn't get it. But thank you so much to Gentry's Power Equipment, the presenting sponsor of Upperman football all season long. You hear from them during every game. You'll hear from them. They're presenting sponsor of Upperman basketball as well. All of the bonus sponsors, First Down, Baxter Pharmacy, Baxter Family Dentistry, EJ's Barns, Twin Lakes Catfish Farm. List goes on and on. Thank you very much. If you sponsored the Upperman streams, Williams Auto Sales as well, thank you. But tonight, it's about the Macon County Tigers. And I don't know how in the world you're going to pick this, but it's time for the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game.
I'm totally copping out. You hate this.
You cannot do multiple.
You
can't do it.
I'm not. The fronts for both sides, offensive and defensive line, that won the football game. That was completely dominant football from the Macon County offensive line. And you answer me this question. When have you ever seen, since we've been doing this together,
yeah, you're right,
a team hold Upperman 25 rushing for 74 yards?
See, listen, you're right, but it's just a cop-out.
It's
a player of the game, not units of the game.
Here's what we could do. It'd be so easy to give it to Gabe or Zach. Those are easy.
Zach Ward's at 181 yards rushing tonight.
And it was he did that because those dudes up front, they paved the way the whole night. Now, he made some great individual runs. He had alleys to run through.
So, to me, this night is a total reflection of Macon County. The only thing I was wrong about is I said Upperman's going to win a state champ. I think Upperman's an elite football team. And I said at the beginning, I said it last week on the end zone show, I think this could have been your de facto state championship game. Now, I can already hear the comments from Sparta, I understand. We'll get to that later on tonight, I promise you. But tonight, this is about Macon County's performance and their ability to come on the road into a very hostile environment and find a way to win a football game. I heard Hallie's might kick on, but she is not with Coach Shoulders yet. Once she has him, as I can't even see her in a sea of blue.
Yeah, I've lost her as well.
Okay, and Goose is helping, so we will get Kyle Shoulders here momentarily. To me, tonight, all about the play of Macon County. Came on the road and earned it this evening.
And to me, I said this at the beginning of the broadcast, to be the man, you got to beat the man, and they just did it. They've dethroned the class of this class, the king of this class, and now they've got a good shot to go to Chattanooga as anybody does. Coach Shoulders.
I'm not positive where this game next week is. It's the same region. It's supposed to be this. Tito Play is very weird.
It's got to be at Sparta. They were the 2 seed.
I think it's at Sparta. That's what we all think.
I think she's
because it's the same region. But maybe Kyle Shoulders will know. Hallie with Kyle Shoulders down there on the sideline.
Coach, that was the biggest win in program history so far. How are you feeling after tonight?
Sure. We knew we were going to win coming in. It wasn't an expectation. We knew what we were going to do. We've had for 7 years, we've had these things called Macon periods. And those Macon periods, working on herself, just being the best version of herself, not overly consumed and interested in everybody else, but just trying to be the best version of us. And man, what a great group effort out of our guys, man, and just the class that they won by. And I just couldn't be more proud of our guys, our band, our cheerleaders, our community, our student section. I mean, it's just an unbelievable following. And, the way they represent Macon County is really special.
Hats off to your whole team tonight, but how about the play of your defense?
holy smokes, we've lost to them 3 times by 11 points. So we preached all week that we wanted to get to 12 at least. We wanted to win this thing and leave no doubt and try to win more than 11 because of that. And the guys took some ownership to that and came out and played extremely hard. And, man, defense, some huge fourth down stops. But, we knew we could do – we knew they could do that. We've heard things all year that, that the secret to beating Macon's run right at them and do this and that and try to get physical with them. That's in all reality, that's our game. We like to put you in a phone booth, get in a cage with a grizzly bear a little bit and go to work. And we did that second half, and I couldn't be more proud, man. I mean, we won this football game up front on both sides of the game.
How does the energy from your fans affect your play?
Oh, yeah, our fans and our student section, band, cheerleaders, all those that I mentioned earlier, our community has a great impact on our guys throughout the course of a game, and they are. And it may be cliche. You've heard the saying of 12th man, but, man, Macon County really does bring the 12th man with them, and it definitely they are a vital part to this whole thing.
Thank you, Coach. Congratulations to you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Several interesting quotes there from Kyle's shoulders. I mean, the headline, they knew they were going to come win, and they did. And we talked about it, supremely confident entering. Mm-hmm. It was either going to be cockiness or correct. They were correct tonight. The interesting thing to watch from Macon County, can they put it in the rearview mirror and get ready for a real threat? It doesn't get easier now when you leave the second round of the playoffs. You have to go to Sparta, and then if you were able to get past Sparta, you got Anderson County or Greenville coming to town that next week. And then if you get past that game, you get a Marshall County, a Haywood, or a Pearl Cone. So it doesn't get any easier from here, but they did get the huge monkey off their back to come on the road and win this football game.
They did, and he said it. They've lost these 3 games by 11 points. And when you go back, I know you spoke to him this week, in each of those games, he would go back and pick out 4 or 5 plays that they were like, if those 4 or 5 plays just go a little different, we win the game. Well, they made all those plays plus some tonight, and this is the first time since they whipped Upperman up front. Even when they went to Elizabethton, they did not get whipped up front. They got whipped up front on both sides of the ball tonight.
Yeah, there was a physically dominant performance up front for the Macon County Tigers tonight, and they get their 10th win of the season. They are 10-2, and they head to Sparta. White County, Warrior Stadium, going to host a quarter-final game. Going to rival this atmosphere tonight.
There's a chance it may be flurrying next Friday night. I'm going to have my hot hands.
Oh, we got to bring some heaters and stuff. I know one thing. We're going to be there. We are going to be there next Friday night. Myself, you, and I guess we'll let Jeremy come back on the headset. Hallie will be there as well on the sideline. We sure hope you'll join us for it. But first, you got to join us later on tonight for the Friday Night End Zone show. We will talk about this game. I will hopefully get Kyle Shoulders on the phone. We'll talk about White County going up and whipping Loudon, which I told you was going to happen. We'll talk about Whitwell-Clay County. We'll talk about York's game tonight against Polk County. And we'll kind of hit on some other games around the state. There were some very interesting scores we'll have to get updates on. We'll also see if Mike Tyson knocks out Jake Paul or not.
I hope so.
Coming up in just a few moments. Once again, thank you so much to the sponsors who made it possible for us to be here tonight. Headlined by Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate, as all Upperman playoff games forever and always will be. Jessica Nix with Mickey World Travel, Macon Bank and Trust Company, B.D. Polston & Sons Builders Supply, and Citizens Bank of Lafayette. As we wrap up tonight, we'll remind you to keep your eyes on UpperCumberlandReporter.com for the latest coverage of high school sports throughout the area. Goose was here tonight. That highlight reel is going to be awesome. That comes out. It'll come out on Sunday because he's going to watch Tennessee beat up on Georgia, and we don't work when Tennessee's beating up on Georgia. But it will come out on Sunday. He'll have photos and stories.
The Polynesian Prince is playing. That's big for the Vols.
There
you go.
Is starting. Go Vols indeed.
Hey,
on our website? Yes.
Bob Kessling retiring. Our phones have been blowing up.
We're available.
We'll see what happens.
We are available.
We're a team. We're a package deal.
We are a package deal. We will go and do a much better job than Bob Kessling does, I can assure you.
Much respect to him for what he had impossible shoes to fill, but we got it. We'll bring the juice.
I will. Also, Tuesday night, basketball live. Cookeville against Stone Memorial. Upperman welcomes in Clay County, and Pickett County travels down to Smith County.
Ooh.
on Tuesday, and Pickett is not playing. The Pickett boys are playing Smith. The girls, we're not sure if they're playing or not. We'll let you know. We'll have all that action for you live. Thursday night, we will have the football show live from the rooftop of Fire and Vine. And then Friday night, we will have more playoff action across the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network. As we say so long tonight, from Baxter, your final score, Macon County gets it done. Macon County 28, Upperman 15. I'm Noah McKay for Justin Matheny to my left, Hadley Ledbetter on the sideline. The lovely Madison McKay producing things. Michael Lindsay down there on the field. And everybody at UCR, have a great night, everybody.